Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium for a semifinals from the friendly confines this afternoon. Welcome to Wildcat football this week on Cool 95.7 with we got a few little scheduling conflicts going on, but hey, no conflict getting the game on, so great to be here with you on KLEA Hobbs Lovington, also on the Cool 95.7 app and streaming worldwide, video streaming worldwide with rights purchased by Walmart Digital and granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and the Lovington Schools on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and also at HobbsAmerica.com on the Lovington Sports tab. Alongside Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment, but she will be joining us before the conclusion of this afternoon's ball game. So the Cats coming into this one, coming off of a hard-fought win 1 week ago against the Silver Colts, 14-7 here at the friendly confines. 8-3 on the year are the Cats, and looking to punch their ticket through to their first state championship game in the past 10 years. So, Patrick, welcome into the broadcast this afternoon as we prepare for the start of this one, and something that really I'm not sure that we have seen all season long, a little bit maybe with Silver last week, but Moriarty is a team that almost never throws the football.
No, only 21 times this season, TJ, and what you're going to see Moriarty do is run a lot of misdirection, everything in the backfield, a lot of movement going back and forth, and Lovington has struggled this year with teams that run the ball up the middle. So hopefully you'll see Lovington make some adjustments, get some big bodies inside, and force everything to the outside for the playmakers of Lovington.
Well, definitely what they're going to want to do. You know, we do have to say, and people are like, you keep harping on our run defense. Well, yeah, I do. But I will say that over the last 6 weeks or so, it has gotten much, much better. And I think a lot of it comes down to gap discipline and holding your blocks and not trying to do too much on the individual level.
You do. You've got to make sure that you individually stay home, stay in your position. That way, when they have that misdirection, it comes back to you. You don't chase it across the field and get something big on the backside of you, which is what Lovington does. They're very aggressive, so coming across the field is normal for them. But these teams that run misdirection, you've got to stay home with.
Well, and staying home will be important for the defense. Offense, they have got to come out and get something going today here early. If you were watching on the YouTube channel a few minutes ago, you probably did see the coin toss. Lovington did win the toss and elected to receive. Last week, they had a lot of trouble kind of getting the offense on track. Some of that, I think, can be credited to an incredibly aggressive defense on the part of Silver City. And it's hard not to, when you're the number one team, you've got a target on your back, but you have to match the intensity of the team that's coming in to play, in this case, the Moriarty Pintos, last week, the Silver Colts. So, and doing it intelligently. You can't get just as aggressive and as pumped up as they are and get silly penalties.
That's right, and Lovington has put themselves in position this year where they get some silly penalties. You know, you had played Silver, you had gone to Silver, you had taken care of Silver pretty much, and then you come back here, and I don't want to say you were flat, but you certainly might have had too much hype, too many problems. You were hurting yourself in that game.
Well, certainly were, but, at the end of the day, everything worked out. We won 14-7 in that ball game. Very low numbers, and again, attribute that a lot to the Silver defense and a good scheme that they brought in. But under 300 yards last week for the Lovington offense. I'm not sure the last time I saw that statistic for the Cats.
Me either. It would have to be years, but you come out with the victory, TJ, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters in these playoffs is getting that win. And Lovington, it's hard to beat a team twice in one season. It just is. It's football. Everybody gets to change the way they're handling offense and defense, and it's hard to beat somebody twice in a year.
Well, it is. Of course, Moriarty not in our district anymore, so we don't have to be the first time that we've seen them this year. We will come back and continue with things. You're listening to Lovington Wildcat Football this week on Cool 95.7, back in 3 minutes. Back here at Wildcat Stadium as your Wildcat playoff pregame show continues here on Cool 95.7, on the Cool 95.7 app, on the Lovington Sports YouTube tab, and on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on assignment will be joining us here in just a little while. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing this afternoon. So thanks so much for being with us. Of course, the winner of this game moves on to play for a Big Blue Trophy 1 week from today. And no matter who wins on the other side of the bracket, we do know that that game will be right here. So, hey, it's always good to have a state playoff game at home, even better to have a championship game at home. Last week, we talked about it a little while ago. The Wildcat offense came out and were really kind of flat in the ball game. You know, still respectable numbers for Ashton Aranda. Finishes up the game 11 of 23 for 163 yards. He did throw for 2 touchdowns, and he did have 1 interception. One of those touchdowns, matter of fact, the first touchdown came on a little wheel route to Cesar Gonzalez on the near side, and really that kind of woke Lovington up just a little bit, and that tied that ball game up at 7, and really, I think, kind of fired up the whole team, and the defense played a magnificent game from there on out, but it was that one little spark that really got Lovington back in that game.
It was, and, you know, Lovington, they can score in a hurry, and we know that. They can score on a long pass. They can break one open, but they've got to get something going early in this one, TJ, because I think that Moriarty's going to hold the ball, and we know that. So Lovington's got to take this opening kickoff, march down the field, and score.
Well, they certainly do. Great thing for the Wildcats, and we've talked about this about the last 6-8 weeks too, is the emergence of Dallas Cardenas as a running threat for the Cats. They were always a little bit hit and miss. They would run the ball, but it wasn't terribly effective a lot of times. You know, you had to, if you were a defense, you had to be aware that they could run the ball, but it wasn't going to net them just a whole lot of yards. But Cardenas, 99 yards last week. I was really hoping I could find another yard somewhere, but, 99 yards, and that really helped control the pace of that ball game, especially when it after the first half, when it turned into really just a slugfest in the trenches.
You know, and really, when you talk about him running the ball, he looks next level to me. He's got the moves, the little shimmy shake in the middle, and can really get through a hole in a hurry if he needs to.
Well, he can, and it's very important to remember he's only a freshman.
Right,
and that's,
right.
Where is he going to be 3 or 4 years from now? Barring injury or something like that. But a lot of very special players on this team. Offensively for the Cats today, I think it's going to be incredibly important, too, for them to get the ball in the hands of those playmakers early and often. Tayton Hilliard, Adam Aguilera, Isaac Henson, Dallas Cardenas, not non-factors last week, but just didn't get a whole lot of touches for any of them last week. And, of course, again, credit to the Silver defense for, helping kind of shut those guys down. But when you got 4 big playmakers, and when you throw in guys like Cesar Gonzalez and Javier Corrales and some of the others, somebody has to step up when your playmakers are having trouble.
That's right. And, luckily last week they did end up pulling that one out. And you want to make sure that you get your playmakers involved early in the game, because that does create a spark for your team. So the Cats will look to run quick slants, get the ball out quick, and hopefully to those playmakers to make plays.
And the Cats are out on the field now. They are wearing the home blues with the white letters and numbers, the white hats with Cats in blue script on the side of the helmet. Moriarty coming out onto the field now. They are in the road whites with the Kelly green letters and numbers and the green helmets with the M with the horse coming through it on the side of their helmets. So the teams, once they get out on the field, we will have the playing of the national anthem, but just looking forward to this one. We're going to be looking at about 76 degrees at kickoff time. Should be an absolutely gorgeous November day for football. Light breeze out of the southwest, around 5-10 miles an hour. Pretty good crowd making the trip up from Moriarty today. Looks like they brought a pretty good student section, and so we welcome all those folks who made the drive. And we've made that drive before. It's not the most fun drive in the world, but if you couldn't make it, for Moriarty or, of course, for our Lovington Wildcats, we appreciate you listening here on KLEA Hobbs Lovington. Cool 95.7 and watching live on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So the national anthem is coming up, so we will take a timeout, come back with the kickoff. This is Wildcat Playoff Football on Cool 95.7. The pregame hype is over, and it is time to play football on a Saturday afternoon. The chance to play for a state title is on the line from the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. The number 1 Lovington Wildcats taking on the number 4 Moriarty Pintos. The Pintos looking to knock off the number 1 team in the state. The Cats looking for their first berth in a state championship game in 10 years. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Patrick Alexander. Don Morgan on assignment will be joining us here in just a little while. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. So ready for some Saturday afternoon football. Patrick, final thoughts as we get ready for the kickoff of this one.
We know Moriarty's going to run the ball. So for the Cats, just control those runs, keep them to a minimum, and take the ball away.
And that's exactly what they want to do. We didn't really talk about this in the pregame show, but this Cat defense can definitely be ball hawks when they get the opportunity, and something tells me they may get a few opportunities here today. As teeing it up at the 40-yard line, it'll be David Vaqueta, the kicker, for this Moriarty Pinto team, a young Pinto team, only 7 seniors on the roster. Back deep to receive, it'll be Hilliard and Henson. So ready to go on a beautiful Saturday afternoon playoff football here on Cool 95.7 and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to that YouTube channel. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will give away $100 in cash and then $100 to a random subscriber on the YouTube channel for every 1,000 subscribers thereafter. And so the wind blowing the ball around just a little bit as Michael McGough will hold the ball for their kicker. And we are ready to play some football as Vaquera will spread them out for the Pintos. McGough holding, and here we go. So Vaqueta comes up. He'll kick it away. It is a short one. Going to kind of hit no man's land. Going to be fielded by Henson at the 24. Brings it up across the 25 and is run out of bounds by Andres Lopez on the far side. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from about the 20, we'll call it the 27.
You know, there was an opportunity to come up and get that one quite a bit earlier. I think you would have been very beneficial to get that.
So from the 27-yard line, 1st down and 10 for a semifinal game underway from here at Wildcat Stadium. Ashton Aranda, the junior quarterback, leads his team out onto the field. They will huddle up back at the 20. The official will start the play clock, and the Cats are ready to go. Going to come out in a stacked set. Only one receiver split wide to the left. That is Henson. Everybody else in tight. Moriarty going to overload the left side. Hand it off to Alec Holguin, who's on the road. He's across the 30 to the 35 and out near the 40 before he gets popped hard by Caden Dunn. But it's a huge gain for the freshman running back, Holguin, who has had a few carries this year, but he will take it up all the way to the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Well, and good job setting the edge over there by that stack formation, getting him to the outside.
Now they're going to bunch everybody up on the left side, and they're going to split out Tate and wide to the right. Aranda from the shotgun, single back in the backfield. Waiting on the snap. Aranda claps the hands, gets it, hands it off. Holguin coming near side. Now he'll cut it back. He's got a little room, and somehow coming through is Amari Gonzalez. I don't know where he came from, but he stayed at home, and he knocked Alec down, and so that'll be no gain. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and so it'll be second down and 10. So second down and 10. That one had the potential to be a big play as Holguin cut it back, but Dunn stayed home and managed to get him around the ankles. Twins left, one to the right. Single tight into the ball game on the right side is Perez. Holguin will move over to the right side. Thinking that may actually be Cardenas as looking to throw and throwing it, and that'll be complete to Aguilera across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8. He kind of slipped down just a little bit, but still good yardage and making it a much more manageable third down and about 2.
Had to climb the ladder on that one. It was a little bit high, but great job going up and getting that one, and then lost his footing coming down.
Eric Wolf on the stop for the Pintos. So it'll be third down and a more manageable 2. We'll have to double check and see if maybe Cardenas is wearing number 4. I do not see a number 33 anywhere, but we will find out. From the shotgun, Aranda awaits the snap. Good snap, hands it off on a little inside run up the middle. Holguin across the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet, bounces off a man and inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. Move the chains, first down, Wildcats.
And I did just find Cardenas down here on the sideline, so that is Holguin.
So that's an 18-yard gain for Holguin. Move the chains, first down for the Wildcats. Holguin, 3 carries, 31 yards. Here in the early going, Lovington controlling it here so far. This is, I think, the kind of opening drive that they wanted and needed. So first and 10 inside Pinto territory from the 34-yard line. Aranda from the shotgun. He's going to split Holguin out wide to the right. Now an empty set in the backfield. 3 receivers stacked up, almost as tight ends. 5-step drop for Aranda. Looks, throws near side. Has a man. That's Aguilera at the 30 to the 25 to the 20. And finally going to be pushed out of bounds by Isaiah Quintana inside the 20-yard line, or right at the 20. So it'll be a 14-yard pickup to Aguilera and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Just a well-designed play right there. There was about 3 receivers open on that play.
22 receiving yards on 2 catches for Aguilera inside the Moriarty red zone from the 20. Ball on the near hash mark, 9:43 to go in the first, opening possession of the ball game. Twins left, 1 to the right. Aranda waits the snap. High snap, handles it, hands it off to Holguin. Hit in the backfield and no room for Alec to go, and he is going to lose a yard on that. He got swarmed under quickly by Moriarty and Isaiah Camplain on the stop. It'll be a loss of 1, second and 11. Looked like they had that little counter tray read that time.
You know, Lovington's run it. That was the 3rd time this drive, so Moriarty had made the adjustments for it.
So second down and 12 officially for the Wildcats. Ball at the 22-yard line. Twins left, 1 to the right. Cats moving from the right to the left on the radio dial. High snap. Aranda fakes the handoff. Now he's going to be forced out. Rolls to his right. Looking, throws it across and gets it to Aguilera on a crossing pattern. He's got it to 15 to the 10. Makes a man miss inside. Down to the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal, Wildcats. Where did Aguilera come from on that crossing route? I have no idea, but I'm glad he did it. It's a pickup of 16.
You know, he was coming across the formation, and when that ball was thrown, I thought that was for sure picked. It was going straight towards a defender.
So Adam came in and got it on that crossing route. He had a long way to run from the slot on the left side. First and goal for the Wildcats at the 5-yard line. 8:50 remaining in the first. Split Hilliard out wide to the right side. Stack everybody else up close on the left. Holguin in the backfield. Aranda rolls left side, throws it underneath, and Henson in and out of Isaac's hands. It was a little bit, pardon me, that was Perez. I'm going to get my numbers right here in a minute. Joseph Perez having to lay out for that one, leading him just a little bit far. So it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Just a little bit of pressure. Ashton had to get rid of that one a little before he wanted to on the quick out.
They roll him out to the left a lot of times, which is awkward for a right-handed player. He's got to re-square himself to throw it.
Twins left, twins right. O'Gean on the left shoulder of the Wildcat quarterback, Aranda. Sending a man in motion. That's Gonzalez from the right to the left. High snap, Ashton with it. They're on him quickly. He lets a wounded duck go, and that one almost picked off. That one almost shot put it out there. Diving out was Caden Dunn. Intended receiver near side was Cesar Gonzalez, but incomplete. And so now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5.
You know, that defender, the nose tackle for Moriarty was across the line really quick there, so you want to change the cadence here if you're the Cats, and you'll jump and pull him off sides.
Checking into the ball game will be Anthony Gomez for the Wildcats. As the play coming in, the Cats will come to the line. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. 8:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the ball game. 3 backs in the backfield this time for the Wildcats. The hard count, and Moriarty comes through. And, yep, Andres Lopez from that linebacker position on the right side trying to time it. They did change the cadence, so it'll be offsides. Half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd and goal for the Cats, but now from about the 2.
Good job there, just recognizing that cadence needed to be changed and doing it.
So gets them a little bit closer. Does this change the thinking on what's your run here?
You know, I think for Lovington, everything's open here.
So Aranda is still the quarterback. He's got Perez in the backfield, also Gomez and O'Gean. 1 receiver left, 1 to the right, Hilliard and Henson. Waiting for it, high snap, Ashton handles it, comes left side, going for the corner of the end zone and overthrows Isaac Henson. Looked like maybe a little bit of confusion there on Henson's part as to what the route was going to be. Pretty good coverage on him, though, by Isaiah Quintana. And so it'll be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line.
You know, he had a little space there, just overthrew him out here, and Henson did take a second to get out of that break.
So from the 2.5-yard line, it'll be 4th down and goal. We already know that Coach G's not going to kick a field goal. He's going to go for it. 1 receiver left. That is going to be Henson. 1 right is Hilliard. 3 backs in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton waits the snap, gets it. 3-step drop. Pressure comes to the corner of the end zone. And up and does he make the grab? No, as Henson, they're going to say, was bobbling as he went out of bounds. And so 4 straight incompletions, and it'll go over on downs to Moriarty as the Pintos bend but don't break. The Cat faithful not liking the call. They were fighting pretty good, and I will say I think you could have made a case either way for pass interference, but didn't get it. They decided to let him play, and so turn it over on downs. Moriarty with an extremely long field to work with.
And if you're the Cats, you want to pin your ears back here and push upfield.
Well, we know Moriarty is probably going to run the football. Poinier and Wolf and Dunn all over 400 yards this season. As they come in full stacking it up. They're going to hand it off on the right side with some room. It's going to be Poinier, and he's across the 5 out to about the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3, make it 4 for Kenneth Poinier, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
And Moriarty's going to run it downhill the whole game. They don't do a whole lot on the outside. They will get out there occasionally, but they're going to run it downhill at you.
On the far side over there making that stop was Perez. They'll spin a man out wide to the right. Lovington will put a man over there to cover him. Send a man in motion on the misdirection and up the middle. Nowhere to go as the Cats had that one sniffed out very, very well, and nowhere for, that was Poinier, so he actually might have lost a yard. Nope, they're going to say right back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Just a good gang tackle there by the Cats. They were all there. They held him up and then got help.
7:21 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Moriarty on their opening drive of the ball game after their defense held Lovington out of the end zone. So an important 3rd down and 6 here early. Split a man wide to the right side. Everybody else going to be up in tight. Under center is Amari Gonzalez. He'll hand it off, and coming around the near side and no room to go is Andres Lopez as he is going to be hit back at the line of scrimmage as they moved it out. Nowhere to go, and Hilliard leads the charge along with Perez, and they'll knock him down, and it'll be a pickup of 1 for Lopez. It'll be 4th and 5. Should be punt time for the Pintos.
Just what we talked about in the pregame is getting those strung out to the sidelines and letting your playmakers get out there and run them down. Great play by the Lovington defense there.
Back to receive it for the Wildcats. It will be Tatum Hilliard. Got to watch, though, for the fake punt. On to do the punting duties will be Eric Wolf, the junior running back and linebacker. Hilliard back around his own 42-yard line. Low snap, it's handled. The Cats come after it. Somehow Wolf gets it away. It's a high spiral, and Hilliard will get it at the 46. Looking for some room to run. Not a lot. He'll just take it up the middle. Gets to the 40. Gets through 1. Gets through 2. Is hit by Lopez, and will keep moving across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Looked like he had nothing but moved it forward. Great field position for the Cats as they'll take over after the punt.
Great job realizing there that you weren't going to get anything going to the outside. Just cut it up and get what you can, and you squirted through there and got some good yardage.
Officially at the 35-yard line, about a 40-yard punt and about a 10-yard return. So from the 35-yard line inside Moriarty territory all this first quarter. One receiver to the left. They're going to bunch everybody else up on the right side. 3 of them over there. Send a man in motion. That's Olguin. He'll split out wide to the right. A little confusion on Moriarty. You should have snapped it and gone to Olguin right there. But Lovington going to let everybody set in. Nope, they hadn't run the play clock. They hadn't set it to do it yet. So, all right, that explains that one. So Aranda waits for it. Pressure comes. Ashton rolls to the right side, being pressured. Looks downfield, comes back, throws it. Has Olguin at the 25 to the 20. Cuts it up to the 10 to the 5. Put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Alec Olguin, 35 yards out of the backfield, and the Cats draw first blood.
Just a good job by the receivers coming back for the ball there as Olguin's getting pressured.
73 yards through the air for Aranda Olguin, his first catch of the ball game, and it's good for a 35-yard touchdown. The point after to come. So now Lucas Contreras on to attempt the point after as the Cats needed a big play, and they got it. So Contreras for the point after, out of the hold of Hilliard. Hard count, and whistles sound, flags fly. And that'll be offsides on Moriarty, so half the distance to the goal, and we'll try this again. So Moriarty with penalties of 3 yards and a yard. Have 4 penalty yards total. I really wish they would do these on the kickoff.
I agree.
But no big deal.
A penalty of a yard and a quarter is not much of a penalty.
No, it's really not. And so it'll be the point after to come out of the hold of Henson. And now they're going to go for 2 as Henson will move him out from the Wildcat. Henson not ready for it, has to scoop it up off the turf, and he is going to be hit back at the 8-yard line and drop. And so trying to get a little tricky, and it bites the Cats, but they still strike first with 5:48 remaining in the first quarter. It's Lovington 6, Moriarty nothing. This is Wildcat football on Cool 95.7. It's a 35-yard strike from Ashton Aranda to Alec Olguin. The point after is no good. And with 5:48 to go here in the first quarter, Lovington 6, Moriarty 0. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Auto in studio engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan on assignment, but will be joining us here in just a little while before the end of the ball game. So Contreras will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Ready to kick it away. It is going to be Wolf. And Chavez back deep to receive for Moriarty. As Contreras will kick it away, a high end-over-ender, as Wolf will just let that one go through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Moriarty at the 20. So Lovington's defense, Patrick, doing a nice job on that opening possession, staying home and staying on their assigned duties and their assigned men. They're going to have to keep that up for another 3.5 quarters if they want to keep Moriarty pinned back. One thing we've got to remember is, no matter what happens, there will be some big plays and big runs.
There will be, and
Moriarty's just limiting them.
Yeah, and Moriarty's going to break some things open. You just have to make sure that you limit those.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Moriarty from the 20-yard line after the touchback on the kickoff. Amari Gonzalez is the quarterback. They're going to stack everybody up. They're going to send one man wide to the right. Send a man in motion, and the handoff up the middle, and nowhere to go for Poinier as he is hit behind the line and runs backwards. Great job by the Wildcats as Henson and Caleb Neese coming through and hitting him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 4. Great job by the Cat defense that time.
Just a lot of aggressiveness right up the middle and not letting him run up.
And actually, they're going to say just a loss of 1 officially. It looked like they got him further behind the line than that, but that's all right. Still 2nd down and 11. One thing that would be great for Lovington, Patrick, is if they can shut down this running game and get a couple of scores up, Moriarty is going to have to throw the ball, something they don't want to do.
They do not like throwing the ball.
Spin twins to the right, one back in the backfield. Hand it off, Poinier near side. He has a little room, but it closes quickly as the Cats close in on him up to the 22-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain. Ezekiel Guzman leads the charge. Brian Gutierrez also in on the stop, and Poinier is down after the 3-yard, 2-yard gain officially. You hope that young man is okay. So an injury timeout on the field. 4:49 up. He's up and good. So we'll just keep it right here as Coach Gabe Romero comes out to check on his star running back.
Looks like he got a stinger on his left shoulder.
Looks like those can definitely be painful. Moriarty 7-2 on the year. Number 4 team going into this playoff season. They did win their district. Nice hand from the Lovington crowd for Poinier as he comes off, and watch out because they've got a whole lot more kids who can run the ball. I didn't write down everybody that they'd had carry the ball this year, but there's at least 9 that I remember.
That's right. There is 9 of them, at least on this list, that have run the ball effectively.
Of course, Moriarty missed a couple of games. Not that they missed games, their opponents missed games. So this is just their 10th game of the season. So Moriarty going to come out, twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion, Gonzalez under center. And hand it off, and nowhere to go for Caden Dunn. He's hit behind the line, and he's going to lose the 2 yards that Poinier just got, and so it'll be 3rd down and 10. It should be punt time again for Moriarty.
Joshua Carrasco with a great job getting low and taking him down because that's a big boy over there.
Yes, it certainly is. So 4th and 10 as Tayton Hilliard will go back to receive the punt. Going to be just inside of Wildcat territory, back around the 48-yard line. So far, so good for the Lovington defense. Clock continues to move with 4 minutes remaining here in a fast-moving first quarter. So it'll be Wolf to punt it away. Waits on it. Lovington comes after it. Wolf will. It had it blocked. It is picked up by Perez and into the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats.
My goodness, they just got in there really fast, split a couple of guys, and they were all over the punter before he even thought about punting it.
Perez blocked it and then snatched it out of the air and takes it into the end zone on the punt block TD, and it's 12-0. The special teams come through.
And if you're Lovington, you've done exactly what you need to against this running team. Limit any big plays here, and I bet the Cats go for 2 here to get it up 14-0.
Yeah, I would think that they would, and Ashton Aranda is going to be out there. So that'll get back if they can make this work, the point that they lost on the botched 2-point conversion a couple of minutes ago. So the offense has shined, the defense has shined, and now the special teams have shined.
Just a great start for Lovington. Exactly what you want.
I'm not sure if you're Coach G, you could have scripted it any better than that. Trips to the left, one to the right. Olguin in the backfield with Aranda. Good snap, Ashton with it. Going to be pressured, lets it fly across the middle, and Good coverage, and Aranda is hit right as he gets rid of the ball, and Gonzalez was fighting with a Moriarty Pinto, but incomplete, and so after the special teams magic, 3:54 to go in the first quarter. Lovington 12, Moriarty nothing. Back in a minute here on Cool 95.7. Welcome back, Wildcat football here on Cool 95.7 from Z94 KZOR. I'm TJ Miracle with Patrick Alexander. A punt block and return for Joseph Perez. The point after no good as Contreras will kick it away. It's going to be a squibber this time. Going to be fielded by Poinier at the 18. He'll bring it back to the 20, looking for some room. Cuts it back to the 25, out to the 27-yard line, and is hit from behind and finally brought down by the Wildcat defense. That is Henson and Corrales coming up from the bottom of the pile. So 1st and 10 for the Pintos from the 27.
You know, I've never really liked the idea of catching the ball on the sideline and then taking it to the middle to turn upfield.
Worked that time, though, for him pretty well. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Moriarty football. They trail by 2 scores. It's not time, I don't think, for them to start trying to change their game plan yet. But if Moriarty doesn't get something going on this series of downs, then they might have to think about it. As Gonzalez will lead his team up to the line. Twins in the backfield. Gonzalez under center. Handed off, and a little bit of confusion.
Ball
and
taken away.
It is taken away, and going is Gomez. He's across the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. The fumble recovered as just stripping it away from Andres Lopez. He will fumble it after a 3-yard gain, and Lovington is set up again. The defense comes through in a big way.
You know, just nothing more than just grabbing the ball and taking it with you.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Wildcats, trying to make a statement here in the first quarter.
All the momentum here. If you punch it in, you take a 3-score lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, that would be huge for this Wildcat squad. So it'll be 1st down and 10. 1st and goal, I should say, from the 9. And whistles sound, and timeout taken by Moriarty and Coach Cabe Romero trying to get the number of the trucks that keep hitting them. They're all wearing blue, and they all have cats on the side of the hats. So the timeout taken, 3:35 to go here in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on Cool 95.7. After the fumble recovered by the Wildcats and inside the 10-yard line, Moriarty wants to take the timeout. So Lovington will have it 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Back here at Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium with Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio, engineering and producing. Welcome to the team, Megan. Dawn Morgan on assignment will be joining us here in just a few minutes. Twins to the right, one to the left. O'Gean in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton barks out the signals. Moriarty shows blitz and flags fly as somebody jumped. I'm thinking maybe Moriarty came off sides, but they're pointing at Lovington. So let's see, and it will be offsides on Moriarty, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty and make it a little bit easier for the Cats. Moriarty just having all kinds of fits so far.
They're going to give that to Moriarty, it looks like.
No, they changed the call.
They did.
So instead of offsides on Moriarty, it'll be false start on Lovington. Can you have a false start and an offsides?
Wouldn't that be something? Offset them.
I've seen a lot of things over the years. I'm not sure I've ever seen, nope, they change it to false start on the Wildcats. So I will, one of these years, I'm going to learn how to use pencil in my statistics sheets. So it is still 1st and goal for the Wildcats, now just back at the 14-yard line. So Lovington going to split twins left, twins right. 3:35 to go here in the first. Lovington up 12-0. Aranda, as always, from the shotgun. O'Gean on the left shoulder tight. Ashton, 3-step drop, looks, throws it over to the side, and that one knocked away at the last moment on the far sideline. Trying to catch the number of that young man, as that was number 5. That's Matthew Romero, knocks it away, and it'll be incomplete, and so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 14 for the Cats.
And Romero's been all over the field for the Pintos already today, having a big first quarter.
So from the 14-yard line, 2nd and goal. Cats trying to take advantage of the turnover here. Twins left, twins right. Waiting on the snap is Aranda. High snap, handles it, hands it to O'Gean. On the counter, Trey moves it up the middle, bounces off 1, bounces off 2, can't bounce off 3, and he'll get it up to the 11-yard line. Tough running inside for Alec O'Gean, who's got 33 yards on 5 carries. Moriarty just not going to move out for anybody. Amari Gonzalez in on the stop, as was Matthew Romero again, as you mentioned, and also Andres Lopez getting a piece of that.
Well, and if you're Lovington, you've got an opportunity here. Get about half of it now and then go for it on 4th down.
3rd and goal from the 12-yard line for the Wildcats. Going to stack everybody in tight on the right side. Split out one man wide to the left. That is Thompson. And O'Gean in the backfield as whistles sound, and Coach G wants to talk about some things. 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. Lovington up 12-0. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to everybody who makes Wildcat football possible here on Cool 95.7 and all season long on Z94 KZOR. We couldn't do it without Lovington Auto Supply, Battle Energy Services, Nowell Pharmacy, also Stone Oil Field Services, Areola Chiropractic, Legendary Services, and R360. Also couldn't do it without the Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, and Albertsons Market. Also a big thanks to our friends at the First American Bank of Lovington, Norley Hospital, and Eunice Pump and Supply. We couldn't do this without their help and support, both here on the radio, normally on Z94 KZOR, but today on Cool 95.7. And also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So the Cats, I think, have gotten everything kind of worked out, and now they're ready to go. I think a smart timeout there, facing 3rd and goal from the 12.
When you really have a chance to put this game a long way away if you score.
I think you certainly want to do that. So Lovington going to stack everybody in tight on the left. And keep him pretty close on the right side, too. O'Gean now going to split out wide to the right. Aranda waits for him to set. Now claps his hands. Good snap. 3-step drop. Now he's going to be flushed. Rolls right, is hit just as he lets that one go. And, yep, we're going to have a flag on the play on that one. Andres Lopez, if he just hits him and then lays off, it's not a big deal. Instead, it should be roughing the passer on Moriarty, and that should be an automatic 1st down for the Wildcats. And he got there, but he hit him right as he let it go, but then kept following through and rode him to the ground.
Well, and no need to do that on the quarterback. The ball was gone.
They're actually going to call holding on Lovington. And so it'll be holding on Lovington. So if I'm Moriarty, I think I take the result of that play.
I agree.
And they will. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 12. So smart move there for Coach Romero. And with Coach Gonzalez, you know they're going to go for it. So 4th and goal from the 12-yard line. Wildcats trying to cash in on the turnover. Contreras warming up to kick it, but Coach G going to go for it here. 2:42 remaining in the first quarter. So it's end zone or bust for the Wildcats. Moriarty, though, looks like they may be bringing the house here. Going to go man-to-man coverage, and that's a good thing for Lovington. And now Coach Romero all the way out at the sideline, or all the way out to the hash mark. He's arguing something over there. So not sure what he could be. You decline the penalty, it's 4th down. You take the result of the play. You've got it at the 12-yard line. So I'm not sure what the delay is here.
I'm not sure either.
Maybe he didn't mean to decline the penalty. Although I'm not sure you'd want to do that with Lovington's offense. And he changed his mind.
He sure did.
Yeah, he changed his mind, so the 10-yard penalty will go in the book. So it'll be 3rd and goal from about the 20. Let's see where they put it. Down to a little, right at the line. So from the 22-yard line, 3rd and goal. And Coach G going to come out and say, hey, when you set the ball and wind the clock, it should be too much to go. And, wow, they move them all the way back behind the 30. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 32-yard line. So that happened well behind the line of scrimmage. Score update coming in from down in Jowl. Late in the first quarter, Eunice up over Jowl 14-7 in the 2A title game on our sister station Eagle 1110 and also on Kicks 103. So it is 3rd and Tatum, 3rd and goal, but you got to basically get to Tatum. Trips right, 1 left after the confusion on the call. So back to pass, Aranda. House coming. Ashton going to have to step up. Comes near side. Keeps looking downfield. Throws it. And just out of the reach of Adam Aguilera. It'll be incomplete. And 4th and goal from the 32. Lovington moves the wrong way.
4th down. Goal to go.
So 4th and goal from the 32. Don't see that every day.
No, and you don't want to see it ever if you're on offense.
No, you really don't.
What do you do here? You throw one up to the end zone?
I think what you do is you try to get Henson or Hilliard coming across the middle and just let your playmakers play.
I like it.
But there's a reason I'm up here and not down there. Twins left, twins to the right. Single back in the backfield is Olguin, who got the start today. Blitz comes. Aranda with it, steps up, has time, comes across the middle, and nobody home. As went down the middle as Aguilera and Hilliard go up the seams. It'll be over on downs. And so Moriarty dodges a very huge bullet after the turnover. And they will get it 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. It's weird when you can turn the ball over and wind up with better field position than you had before and no points on the board against you.
Well, Lovington's just got to settle down right here, get everything back in rhythm and keep moving.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 32. Moriarty football. 2:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Moriarty going to send a man out wide to the right side. Everybody else in tight. Gonzalez under center. With it, hands it off, going to the left. That is done, and he is tripped up in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Let's see where they put him officially. And they're going to put him inside back at the 28-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 to Dunn. Dunn has not had a lot of running room. He's got 2 carries for -6 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 14 from the 28.
And that was Jaime Perales on that tackle coming up the middle.
Nice job by Perales on that one. He's really stepped up the last couple weeks, the senior lineman for this Wildcat squad. Send a man out wide to the right side. Everybody else going to be bunched in tight. Gonzalez under center. Hands it off and trying to pass it, and they will pass it. One of their rare passes across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Moriarty wants a flag, and a flag going to fall at the feet of one of the officials. So it's going to be complete over onto that far side to, I believe that was to Poinier. So he's going to get 13 yards on the completion, but a flag on the play. And Moriarty wants
I believe it's going to be a face mask.
So we'll see for sure. The question is it the incidental kind? Nope, it is the personal foul kind. And so tack 15 yards onto the end of that one. So the 13-yard completion is good, and then tack 15 more onto the end of it. It'll be the first down of the ball game for Moriarty. And here is where Coach G might want to think about taking that second time out to kind of calm things down for his Cats.
Time to calm the troops.
As with that one from the end of the play, it's going to move them into Wildcat territory all the way to the 44-yard line. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Moriarty on the march. Under center, Gonzalez keeps it himself, looking for some room, cuts it up the middle, has some running room, gets it to the 35, tries to make another cut, and is going to wind up with a 9-yard gain. Going to be a little bit short. Lovington knocks him down, but not before he picks up 9.
A good job defensively coming up and taking him down, though, was Champlain.
So it'll be from the 40, rather the 35-yard line, second down and less than a yard to go. 60 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Moriarty finally finding a little bit of running room for their offense. Trying to knock Lovington back on their heels and get one of these scores back. Split a man out wide to the right. That's Wolf. And the handoff is going to come right up the gut and just moving along. Ooh, we got some extracurriculars going down behind the play. It'll be first down. As getting up from the bottom of the pile is Poinier, as he's going to pick up 2 yards, and it'll be the second first down for Moriarty.
He almost lost that ball. The Cats came out with it.
They're going to say down, though, before it came out, but there was a couple of the big boys fighting back behind the play. So could have been a very big play there. You got to be careful not to let your emotions get the best of you. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Moriarty, and they will have to snap the ball one more time. About 2 seconds difference between play clock and game clock. As Gonzalez goes up under center, first down and 10 to go for Moriarty deep in Lovington territory. Send a man in motion, hand it off up the middle. Lopez going to pass it and making the completion down to the 25-yard line. Gonzalez stays home and will sling down Andres Lopez, but he's going to pick up about, we'll call it 8 on the completion. And so it'll be second down and 2 as the clock expires on the first quarter. It's Lovington 12, Moriarty nothing. Back in a minute. 4A semifinals continue on Cool 95.7. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, start of the second quarter. Lovington leading 12-0. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Patrick Alexander. Dawn Morgan on assignment will be joining us before the end of the ball game. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Moriarty football. They have it second down and 2 deep inside Lovington territory. Send a man in motion, hand it off right up the middle. Poinier is going to cross the 20 and have more than enough for the first down. A 5-yard gain for Kenneth Poinier, and that'll be the third first down of this drive for the Moriarty Pintos.
Just run it right up the middle. Have a man in motion, and it looks like they're going around the end, and keep it going up the middle.
Again, critical for every member of the Lovington defense to just stay on your assignment until you know where that football is. So inside the Lovington red zone, right at the 20, just underway here in the second quarter. Lovington leading 12-0. A blocked punt that turned into a touchdown, and a quick strike. The difference in this one thus far. From the 20-yard line, Gonzalez under center. Hand it off on the little misdirection play, but nothing doing there. Great job by the Wildcats to bring down the running back. That's Poinier. Nope, that's a new running back. That is number 23, Caden Dunn. He's going to lose a yard on the play, and it'll be second down and 11. Nice job by the Cats. And was that Brennan Garcia first contact?
Was, and DeMarcus Thompson was also in.
Thompson coming up from his safety position on that one. Of course, hard to really call anybody a safety on this one. Everybody's
Up
9
close.
men in the box. As
Right.
Coach G likes to say, we're having a fight in a phone booth when Moriarty's on offense.
That's exactly what's happening.
Second down and 11. Ball at the 21-yard line. Lovington defense trying to stiffen. Moriarty trying to get a touchdown back here. Send a man in motion left to right. Hand it off to that motion man on the end around. Looking for some running room and finding just a little bit is Andres Lopez. He's going to wind up getting about 3. Runs out of bounds at the 18-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 3 for Lopez. So now it's an important 3rd down and call it 8.
Good job by the Lovington defense stringing that one all the way to the sideline. Use that as another defender out there.
Yeah, definitely so. Henson on the stop. He's the one who pushed Lopez out of bounds. So an important 3rd down for this Moriarty squad. An important 3rd down for the Lovington squad, too. 10.5 to go here in the first half. Lovington up 12-0. 3rd down and 8. Everybody bunched tight on the far hash mark. Lopez in the backfield. Gonzalez going to hand it off and has a man who's going to cross the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard gain. And it'll be Lopez who's going to pick up another 4 yards. And now it'll be decision time for Coach Romero, facing a 4th down and 4 from the 14. And if you're Coach Romero here, I don't know how his kicking game is. I think he has to go for it, Patrick.
Agreed. I don't think, a 4th and 4 inside your own 15. Go ahead and go for it and see if you can't get something in.
Yep, I think that's what they are going to do. So critical now for Lovington. They've got a little room to bend, but they can't break. That is for sure. Everybody going to stack in tight. Amari Gonzalez up under center. Lovington goes across. Fake the handoff. Gonzalez to pass. Throws it. Has a man at the 2-yard line and going to be short of the end zone, but tosses it out there complete to Joshua Montoya. And he's going to get 13 on the play, and it'll be 1st and goal for Moriarty. Lovington bit on the play fake and left Montoya wide open.
He came from their left side of their formation, so the guy coming across in motion, Lovington stayed home for, and nobody ran with him across the field.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Pintos. Trailing 12-0. Lovington bit on the play fake, and now Moriarty knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 1. And it'll be Gonzalez just going to take it in himself, and he will put it into the end zone for the Moriarty touchdown. And the lead, just like that, cut in half. There was a time in that first quarter, Patrick, where it looked like the Wildcats were absolutely just going to run away with this one, but a couple of bad penalties, and then all of a sudden you give Moriarty decent field position and their offense starts sparking.
You can't give them anything. A good running team can always get something moving at any point in the game.
David Vaquera on to attempt the point after out of the hold of Eric McCrane. The snap is good, the kick is up, and it is no good as it'll go wide to the right. 9:29 remaining in the first half. Lovington 12, Moriarty 6. We're back in a minute. More Wildcat football on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium as Amari Gonzalez on the quarterback keeper will push it in from 1 yard out. Gonzalez keeping that drive going with his arm. Highlighted by a 13-yard pass to Josh Montoya, which gave him 1st and goal from the 1. The point after is no good, but we got a ball game for a semis here at Wildcat Stadium this afternoon. Lovington up 12-6 with Patrick Alexander. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on assignment, but will be joining us as well, just one of these times. I want to see him do that and actually accidentally kick the ball.
Right, roll it over the top.
Caden Camplin will be, nope, they switch it out. It'll be Vaquera to do the kicking. Now they'll spread it out as McCara will kick it away. Going back, Aguilera fields it. Pardon me, that's Henson. Fields it at the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Brings it near side 20, gets a block, 25. Stiff arms a man across the 30. Still on his feet to the 32-yard line as hanging on for dear life is Amari Gonzalez, who slows up Isaac just enough to let the troops catch up with him. So Lovington will have it at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
Really good return there. He almost broke that free.
Yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for Gonzalez grabbing the shoelaces and slowing him up, that is a big return. It's still a pretty good return. Mark him at the 34 officially with forward progress. Pretty good field position for the Cats. Want to get that touchdown back here. So they're going to keep everybody in tight as Moriarty has come at them. They've brought the house pretty much on every play. Henson split wide to the left. Everybody else in near side. Handed off. Coming near side is Olguin, and he's going to be, he stays on his feet across the 40 and is bumped down at about the 42-yard line. Make it the 43. It'll be a 9-yard pickup for Olguin. 2nd down and 1. How did he stay on his feet? I have no idea. Isaiah Camplain knocks him down from behind. There's not a lot to Alec there as he pretty much went flying when he got hit in the back. But he still gets 9 yards. No complaints there.
Put his foot in the dirt's what we usually say, but in the turf and cut back.
So 3rd down and a yard to go. Single man out wide to the left side. Ashton waits on the snap. Blitz coming. Handed off. Olguin, ouch. He is hit in the backfield quickly and knocked down. Corbin Pierce read that one and shot through the line, as well as Joshua Montoya. Olguin going to lose 5 yards on the play, and so now it's 3rd and 6.
Just don't want to get behind the chains like that.
So now it is 3rd down and 6. Lovington is having trouble up front with Moriarty and all the pressure they're bringing to you. Maybe think about throwing a receiver screen or something.
Exactly what I was thinking, TJ. A receiver screen right here because they're not playing press coverage on the outside.
Twins to the left, one to the right. Olguin in the backfield. Waiting on the snap. Blitz comes as normal. Aranda rolls near side. Is going to be hit. Steps away from it somehow. Goes back to the left. Looking for some running room. Going to tuck it. Taking himself. Crosses the 30 or the 45 out to the 47-yard line. And Lovington wants a penalty. It'll be a 10-yard gain on the keeper for Ashton Aranda. Keeps the play alive with his foot. Got ridden out of bounds and continued through. No flag on the play, but it'll move the chains. 1st down Wildcats. They're 5th of the ball game.
Well, a good job just not making a bad throw downfield and tucking it and running it.
Isaiah Camplain in chase mode knocks him down out of bounds. And they're going to bring another lineman in. As checking into the ball game will be Royal Page. He is a big boy. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in Moriarty territory. Up 12-6. Twins left, one right. Good snap, Ashton with it. Throw the screen this time. That goes to Henson. He's going to cross the 50. Still on his feet. Is getting hit and hit hard, even out of bounds. Dunn piling on at the end. No flag on the play. It'll be a pickup of 7 on the completion to Henson. And we talked about it. Maybe they heard us and liked what we were thinking. So pretty manageable 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats.
Just a good play call there, just like we talked about. They get super aggressive, run a screen, and it'll back them off some.
Yeah, get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and let them make plays. So 2nd down and 3. Clock stops on the out of bounds. Lovington up by 6. Going to send Twins left, Twins right. Going to try and spread Moriarty out just a little bit. And, flags are going to fly everywhere. And, they had Henson in running the Wildcat that time, as Aranda split out wide to the right side into the slot. And it'll be false start on Lovington. Their 3rd penalty of the ball game for 20 yards, move them back 5 yards. So goes from 2nd and 3 to 2nd and 8.
Just can't hurt yourself right here.
Want to continue to control the ball. You need to score on this possession. And just a reminder, Moriarty will have the ball first in the second half. So trips to the left, one to the right. This time from the far hash mark for the Wildcats. Fake the handoff. Ashton going to keep it himself. Is hit in the backfield. Gets through one. Gets through two. Crosses the 45 out to about the 44-yard line. He's going to be very close to the 1st down. It's all going to depend on the spot. I think they're going to mark him just shy. Yep, he'll be just shy of the 1st down. So it'll be a pickup of 8 for Aranda. And now it'll be 3rd down and a much more manageable 1.
The 2 ways to beat a team that's bringing pressure is throw a screen or run a draw.
Nice job there by the big boys up front, too, getting a good block to spring that one. It was Ezekiel Guzman as Aranda go up under center, and he'll just push forward and keeps going, and he squirts through across the 35 down to the 34-yard line as he pounds the turf like, man, I could have had more.
He almost broke that one out.
He did, so move the chains, so first down Wildcats. As Ashton was in the middle of a rugby scrum, and it looked like he got bumped, and all of a sudden he found himself with space and just got to take off and go. Corbin Pierce again on the stop, got him by the shoestring and tripped him up. From the 34-yard line, make it the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Bunch everybody in tight on the right side, one receiver out to the left. Now they're going to split Olguin out wide to the right, too. Empty set in the backfield. High snap, Ashton just going to keep it himself. Steps through across the 30 to the 25 and is going to be knifed down there at the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the keeper for Aranda. And again, now Ashton Aranda kind of flashing the legs a little bit.
It sure is. The Cats have said, you can run the ball, so can we.
And they are doing a nice job of it thus far. So a very manageable 2nd down and 2. 5.5 remaining. First half, Lovington leading 12-6. Winner moves on to a state title game 1 week from today. Twins left, one to the right. Tied into the ball game is Perez on the right side. Ashton with his heels on the 30. High snap, handles it. Hand it to Olguin on the sweep. Looking for some room, not a lot, and manages to drag Gonzalez with him to about the 20-yard line. It was not the easiest 5-yard gain in the world, but it is more than enough to move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
You don't have to move them by a long ways, just a little movement there, and you get a first down.
So now it'll be inside the red zone again for the Wildcats. 5 minutes remaining, first half. Lovington up by a score and would love to get the touchdown they just gave up back. So 1st and 10 from the 20, Wildcat football.
You know, you've got man coverage on Tatum on the close side.
Got to look at that when you've also got man on Aguilera in the slot and on Henson, and they're going to throw it to Henson. The wide receiver screen gets it, makes a man miss, gets it across the 15, high steps it inside and down to the 10-yard line before Isaac gets hit and hit hard. It'll be enough for the first down, so move the chains. First down, Wildcats 10 yards to Isaac Henson. 1st and goal from the 10.
Great drive here for the Cats, and this is exactly what you want to see.
It has been, and the Cats have been controlling time of possession, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Romero. 4:17 remaining here in the first half of play. Lovington 12, Moriarty 6. We're back in 30 seconds on KLEA Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to Wildcat Playoff Football here on Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app, and watching live and free on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Patrick Alexander, Don Morgan on assignment, but will be joining us hopefully before the end of this one. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Oh, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Sorry, Megan, didn't mean to forget you there. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats, leading 12-6. And have done a very nice job just controlling the football this time. No big plays, but controlling time of possession, and going to be against a team like Moriarty who just eats possession time, kind of giving them a little bit of their own medicine here.
You know, and this is the way Coach G would love to play every game. Just control the ball, big boys down low, just run over them and score that way.
Send Twins to the right, one to the left. They're going to keep Perez in the ball game on the right side as the tight end. Olguin in the backfield with Aranda on the left shoulder from the far hash mark. 1st and goal from the 10. Ashton handing it off to Olguin. Sweep right side. Olguin looking for some room. Gets a block and into the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Alec Olguin from 10 yards out. And Lovington goes up 18-6.
And I'm not sure anybody touched him going in.
No, nobody did, and a huge block by Joseph Perez is what sprung him, and he went down on top of one of the big boys near side. He was slow getting up. As coming up hobbled is Matthew Romero. That young man has played a heck of a first half, but got pretty much depleted on a block, and so he's down a little bit injured right now. Adam Aguilera may have been the one that depleted.
He was on top of him.
He's a little shaken up too.
Yeah. Coaches are happy with him too.
Yes, they are. Joseph Perez also got a block on to seal that off and gave him a little bit of running room. So you hate to see anybody go down injured. 18-6, the point after to come. If you're Lovington here, do you try for two again, or do you maybe go ahead and just kick the point after?
You have a kicker. I think we go ahead and kick this one. You've seen Moriarty struggles getting their extra points in.
And so it looks like it will be Lucas out there to attempt the point after. Contreras, the junior place kicker for the Wildcats. As we escort Romero off the field, like I said, you certainly hope that young man is okay. He has played a whale of a first half for this Pintos squad.
He has. He's been all over the place.
It'll be Henson to hold, Contreras for the point after. 4:10 remaining, point after to come. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. 4:10 remaining in the first half. Lovington 19, Moriarty 6. We're back in 60 seconds. Wildcat playoff football continues on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Wildcat football here on Cool 95.7. 10 yards on a sweep to the right side for Alec Olguin. The point after from Lucas Contreras is good, and the Wildcats take the 19-6 lead. They get the touchdown back. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan on assignment will be joining us before the end of this one. So Contreras will tee it up at the 40. Lovington taking the lead in this one by 2 scores, back up by 13. Back deep to receive for Moriarty are Dunn and Gonzalez, and Poinier also back there, looks like. So now they'll spread them out as Contreras to kick away. One thing to be aware of, Lovington can sometimes just do a little squib and see if they can get it in no man's land. And oops, we're going to have an oopsie on the ball blew over before Lucas could get to it. But it looked like he might be going for that little, trying to get it into no man's land kick there.
Sure did. And there is some space right down the middle.
And the wind will blow it over again. The wind is not blowing all that hard out of the southwest, but it is enough to just kind of blow things over. And Lucas is going to say, all right, let's try this one more time. Then we'll get Javier Corrales over to hold it. No, it'll stay now, and it will be just a little pop-up kick, and it'll be fielded at the 25 by Gonzalez. Starts it right, comes back left, crosses the 30 to the 35, and dives forward to near the 40-yard line before Henson brings him down around the ankles. So a pretty good return there on a short kick. It'll be 1st and 10 for Moriarty from the 39-yard line. So now it's up to the defense to see if they can feed off the offense, getting them the score back. Lovington still with 2 timeouts and 4:04 remaining here in this first half of play.
I wouldn't be shocked to see them use them if you stop Moriarty for a short yardage here.
Everybody going to bunch in tight. Under center is Amari Gonzalez. Sends a man in motion, handed off to that motion man. That is Dunn coming near side. He is hit in the backfield and brought down back at the 36-yard line. Very close to another face mask, but a nice job by Lovington to not get that face mask or even a horse collar coming down the mask into the shoulder pads. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Dunn, 4 carries, -9 yards. He has had no room to run.
No, the Wildcat defense has done a great job on Dunn. And Dunn's got 342 rushing yards coming into this game.
And when you got 9 guys who can carry the ball, that's pretty impressive when you got, 2,200 rushing yards in 9 games.
That's right.
So it'll be second down and a long 11, short 12. Gonzalez up under center. Handed off on the right side and getting back to the original line of scrimmage. No more room to run from that was Michael McGough. So he's going to get 2. Wow, they're going to give him pretty good forward progress. They're going to give him 4 yards for McGough. And so now it's third down and call it 7.
Interesting spot on the far side. I didn't think he even got close to that spot.
I thought he was probably going to be back around the 40 or so. Under 3 minutes to go, third down and 7. Watch for that little play fake pass here. Moriarty has used that very effectively. They've already thrown the ball more times in this first half than they average every game all season. So watch for the little play fake here. Third down and 7. Important third down. Lovington wants the ball back. Hand it off on a little misdirection coming near side and with some room to run. And falling forward and getting the first down is going to be Caden Dunn. He needed 7, and he's going to wind up with 9, and so it'll move the chains. First down, Moriarty. Lovington really needed to get that stop just inside of Wildcat territory at the 49-yard line. 2:22 remaining. First half, Moriarty on the move.
And not a bad defensive play there by the Cats. We just didn't step up and make that tackle.
Yeah, managed to find a little bit of room, and credit where credit is due. Moriarty got a block to spring Dunn coming around that left side to get him a little more room before Lovington could get to him. So just inside Wildcat territory, right at the 2-minute mark. Handed off again, misdirection play, and right up the middle is going to be Dunn again. He's going to be at the 45-yard line. Pick up a 4 for Dunn, second down and 6. Again, Moriarty is not a team that is built to move and play fast. So I think if you're Lovington, if you stop him here, maybe you do think about the timeout. Second down and 6 from the 45-yard line. Gonzalez under center. Hands it. Nope, keeps it himself. Going for the play action pass. Lets it fly. Has a man. That'll be complete to Dunn at the 25 to the 20. Inside the 10 and down to about the 8-yard line. 35. Let's see where they mark him officially. That's going to be a 40-yard completion to Dunn. And it'll be first and goal for Moriarty. Yikes.
Tough one. He was wide open out there. He had beaten his defender.
Yeah, and found some space between 2 Wildcat defenders. So from the 5-yard line, first and goal for Moriarty with 1:19 to go. As Taton Hilliard's helmet came off, so he's got to come out for a play. You hope Taton's not hurt, that it's just the helmet popped off. They're going to get Taton off the side. As Moriarty will come up to the line. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Moriarty trying to punch it in with 1:19 to go first half. They will have the ball to start the second. Gonzalez with it. Hands it off up the middle and nowhere to go. A couple of yards going to be gained right up the middle for Moriarty. The stop going to be credited for the Wildcats. That'll be Poinier, who's going to get 2 yards on the play.
And Avitia with the stop for the Cats. Jaime.
Nice job by Jaime right there. And so it'll be second and goal from the 4. Make it the 3, under a minute to play. Everybody going to be in tight. Hand it off. Poinier into the end zone. Got a good block, and he'll take it in from 3 yards out and put Moriarty back to within a touchdown of the Wildcats. It's 19-12. Point after to come. The big boys up front have just done their job after being a little shaky to start. It was number 62, Preston Hatton, who got the block that let Poinier go into the end zone.
Created space, and he took it.
Yes, he did. So
he's an impressive runner.
Yes, he is. Point after to come for these Pintos. It'll be Vaquera. As we'll wait, the snap is good, the hold is good, and that one is going to be blocked as the Cats come through and get their second block on special teams. So that'll keep them up by a full 7 points. 43 seconds remaining in the first half. Lovington 19, Moriarty 12. We're back in a minute here on Cool 95.7. Moriarty takes it right down the field. It's capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Kenneth Poinier. The point after is blocked by the Wildcats, and so 43 seconds to go first half. Lovington 19, Moriarty 12 for a semifinals from here at Wildcat Stadium. As Vaquera to kick it away for the Pintos. It'll be a little squibber, and O'Gean going to field it at the 27. Brings it near side, 30 to the 35, up to the 40 to the 42. Still on his feet, and yep, they're going to say down at about the 43-yard line. And whoa, we've got all kinds of extracurriculars going on. The Wildcat faithful want flags. The Moriarty faithful want flags. The refs say, yeah, we're just going to call it offsetting and play on.
Good return there by O'Gean.
So now Lovington with 35 seconds to go, 2 timeouts to work with. I think with Moriarty getting the football to start the second half, I think if you're Coach G and the offensive staff, I think you've got to find a way to at least get close enough for a shot at a field goal here.
Well, and you do have a field goal kicker that's got a big leg. With Contreras.
Yes, he does. Trips to the left, one to the right. He's good from about 40. He can get time on it. 3 men across the front. Aranda to throw near side, has it complete. That's to Hilliard across the 45. Still on his feet, tiptoes the sideline to the 30, to the 20, to the 15. No, they're going to say he was down, that he stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. But still, it'll be first down for the Wildcats. Coach G in the ear of the line judge.
Goodness, it looked like he was inbounds to me.
It did to me, too. So there's going to be 6. There's going to be 11. There is going to be 16, 17 yards. To Tate and Hilliard, moved the chains, first down Wildcats, but he did step out of bounds, and so that will stop the clock with 22 seconds to go. It saves them to burn a timeout. And Coach G is still letting the officials have it. And he says tiptoes the sideline. He's like, come on, man. And they're saying put 25 seconds back on the clock. So they're asking him to put 25 back on the clock, so they're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock. We got a lot to talk about, I think, in the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up. So from the 39-yard line officially, Lovington football 1st and 10. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
That's right.
Of course, with only 3 men across the front now for Moriarty, you might get Aranda just a little more time. Empty set in the backfield, trips left, 1 right. High snap, Ashton handles it with time. Throws it near side, complete to Tatum again on the near sideline. He's going to be pushed, gets across the 30, makes a man miss across the 25 to the 24, and he is going to step out of bounds, and we got a flag on the play. I think we are going to have a hold down the field. Yikes, it'll be a pickup of 12 if it stands. So let's see what the call's going to be. It came in on the near side, Judge, and it'll be holding on Lovington down the field. So the 12-yard completion will stand, and it'll be 12 yards to Tatum, but it'll move 10 yards back. Yikes, that one's going to hurt just a little bit. So it'll be first down, but basically right back where they were to start the play. So ball going to be back at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 40. 1st and 11, actually, from the 41. So pretty much wipes out that play. You hate to see that. 14 seconds to go. Trips to the left, one to the right. Maybe you take your shot at going to the end zone here. Miranda with Olguin in the backfield. No pressure. Ashton with time. Steps up, throws it across the middle, sails that one, and that one's going to be picked off back at the 45. Coming to the near side is going to be Dunn, and he is going to go down back at the 15-yard line. The INT, and I don't know where Ashton was throwing that one, but he threw it right to Caden Dunn from Moriarty, and so they'll be able just to sit on it for 3 seconds and go to halftime.
Only down by 1 score.
Yeah, Lovington early looked like they might run away with this one, but Moriarty has definitely said, we're here to play. So from the 20-yard line, that one sailed on Ashton a little bit. And he had Gonzalez underneath, but overthrew him. So again, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of confusion on what route was supposed to be run there.
Not a whole lot of pressure on him. He had some time back there.
Yes, he did. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Moriarty football should be the final play of the first half. Gonzalez up under center, sends a man in motion. They'll hand it off to that motion man around the left side. That is Lopez with some room. Out to the 20, to the 25, make it the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 for Lopez, and it'll be a first down to end the first half of play. Moriarty trailing our Lovington Wildcats 19-12. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. This is Wildcat Playoff Football on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium 4A semifinals as the Lovington Wildcats locked into a death match with the Moriarty Pintos. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment will be joining us here in just a little while. So as we get into our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and you know you're going to, go see the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Taking a look at the numbers in the first half of this one, we will start with the visiting Moriarty Pintos, as their quarterback Amari Gonzalez has already thrown the ball almost as much in this game as he has all season, but goes a perfect 4 of 4 for 74 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. Leading receiver right now is Caden Dunn, who found a hole in the Lovington secondary and goes for 40 yards. He's completed passes to 4 different receivers, and they've all kept drives alive. On the ground for Moriarty, their leading rusher right now is Andres Lopez, 5 carries, 22 yards. Kenneth Poinier, 8 carries, 18 yards. But he did have a 3-yard touchdown run. Caden Dunn, got the 40-yard catch to keep a drive alive late in the half, but he's got 6 carries for 4 yards. The quarterback Gonzalez with 2 carries, 10 yards, one of those for a touchdown. Then Michael McGough, 1 carry for 4 yards. If you're keeping up with it at home, 74 through the air, 54 on the ground, 128 total for Moriarty in the first half. They were whistled 3 times for 19 penalty yards, scored 6 in the first, 6 in the second. That's how they get to their 12 on the board. They also had 6 first downs in that first half. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats, Ashton Aranda in the first half goes 50-50, 8 of 16 for 119 yards. Those 1 touchdown and 1 INT. That touchdown coming to Olguin on a 35-yard toss out of the backfield. Leading receiver right now is Adam Aguilera, 3 catches for 38 yards. Tayton Hilliard, 2 catches, 29 yards. Isaac Henson with 2 catches for 17 yards. On the ground, Olguin, the leading rusher right now, 9 carries, 52 yards, including a 10-yard touchdown. So Olguin with 2 of the 3 Wildcat touchdowns. And then you've got Ashton Aranda. He's got 4 carries for 36 yards, and I'm missing a touchdown somewhere. Oh, the Perez punt block TD.
That's right.
That was where the other one came from. So Perez blocked a punt, scooped it up, and took it to the house. That's Lovington's 3 touchdowns. Lovington 5, make that 4 penalties, 30 yards in the first half. They scored 12 in the first, 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 19, 8 first downs on the board for the Wildcats. 119 through the air, 88 on the ground, 207 total in the first half for Lovington. That's more of a normal number for Lovington, but they've had a couple of times, a couple of bad penalties, only 4 penalties, but 2 bad holding calls that have really put them behind the 8 ball.
Well, just the timing of those penalties, you just have to keep your head in these games because it's getting chippy as well on both sidelines. So if you're Lovington, you just got to keep it together, realize that you're up by 7 and come in, make a stop here, and then control the ball.
Yeah, and that is something that we do have to remember is it will be Moriarty football to start the second half. Lovington took the opening kickoff and drove it right down to the 2-yard line and then just couldn't manage to punch it in there, so that you hope that you don't look back at that and go, ooh, kind of a what-if situation. Our score here at halftime, Lovington 19, Moriarty 12. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. This is the Lovington Auto Supply halftime show. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Cool 95.7. Back here at Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium, the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show continues. Lovington leading 19-12. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Patrick Alexander. Dawn Morgan on assignment, but she'll be joining us here in just a little while. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Welcome to the team, by the way, Megan. So Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half, Patrick.
Well, you've got to keep stopping the run. If you're Lovington, keep the box loaded. You've done a great job, but be aware of them squirting those guys out the backside for a pass, because they've done a lot of that in this game and been successful, especially on long third downs.
Well, they certainly have. I mean, if when you and I were talking pregame and, getting all of our stuff ready, if you would have told me that at halftime of this semifinal game, Moriarty would have 20 more yards passing than they did rushing, I would have either thought we are having a fantastic game, which we are overall, or you are lying to me.
Right.
And I would never have expected to see that. And if you'd have told me that Gonzalez was going to be a perfect 4 of 4 with our secondary, I would have said, what are you smoking and why aren't you sharing? And so, yeah, Lovington has done a pretty good job holding this Moriarty team to 54 yards on the ground is great. Against most teams, 74 yards through the air doesn't sound like a lot. It is for Moriarty. I mean, hats off to Coach Romero and his squad. I mean, they've game planned and prepped well, and they've made the right calls at the right time to keep them in this game. But I think you're absolutely right. You have to keep stopping the run, but you have to be aware, that they can pass it. They're playing. They usually only have one receiver out there. You've got a man on him. That's fine. Do you have somebody who is basically tasked with following whoever their motion man is in the second half?
Sure, a spy I think would be a good way to run it. Now, if you have a spy right in the middle of the field and they go to the close side, you might be behind them. But, having somebody out there to run with those receivers just to prevent an easy pass and catch would help a lot.
Well, it certainly would. I think offensively for the Wildcats, really you just keep doing what you're doing. They've got to find a way to give Aranda a little bit more time. When he had the time, he's managed to find his receivers, but a lot of times Moriarty's playing it like they're playing themselves, basically, and they're bringing 8-9 guys, and Lovington's line has just been overwhelmed. They've got to find a way to give him just a little more time to find those playmakers on the outside.
They ran that stack formation, and they were chipping the ends on that, which helped a lot because then the linemen could go down. So maybe that same idea here, chip everything on the outside, and that'll help your line just create some more time.
And keep running the football with Old Geen. I mean, we've seen him run a couple of times, but he had a whale of a first half, 9 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. So, great job by Alec Olgeen, the freshman, normally a wide receiver, but getting the start at running back. Dallas Cardenas is out there, and he is suited up, but not sure what's going on with that. So, Lovington with the playmakers and the weapons. Special teams, you've blocked an extra point, you blocked a punt. Matter of fact, it's that blocked punt that's the difference in the ball game right now. I think special teams playing like their hair is on fire and doing a great job.
And Lovington's not always known for a special teams play, but today they've really come out and played well on special teams. Even a couple of returns that were big for Lovington.
Yeah, and has really just kept them moving forward, and I think that's going to be the key to the second half, is keep Moriarty as stuck in the mud as you can, and then just move forward on offense. With Moriarty not being a real quick strike offense, if you can control the time of possession, get another score here early in this second half and keep them from scoring on their opening possession, I think that may change the complexion of the second half.
I agree. Eventually, I think Moriarty's going to run out of gas running down the middle because it does take a toll on your team. And Lovington is matching them force in the middle. They just are right now.
Well, it's been an exciting first half. We wouldn't expect anything different in a semifinal matchup. Of course, Lovington looking for their first trip to a state championship game since they won it last in 2011. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Ruidoso and Bloomfield hopefully right back here at Wildcat Stadium next week. Of course, that game's not till 3 o'clock up in Bloomfield, so no updates on that one. We may have that one will just probably be getting underway about the time we're done. Update coming from our friends down in Jowl as it's halftime in the 2A title game. A Lee County team guaranteed to win that one. And Jal and Eunice locked in mortal combat 14-7 in favor of Eunice at the half. And that's pretty much what it's been since late in the first quarter. As Moriarty comes back out onto the field, Lovington getting ready to burst through the big Wildcat. We'll take another 2.5-minute timeout and come back with the kickoff of the second half. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Wildcat playoff football continues in a moment here on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on KLEA Hobbs Lovington Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app. Also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, video purchased and by New Walmart Digital with rights granted by the Lovington Municipal Schools and the New Mexico Activities Association. I'm TJ Miracle with Patrick Alexander. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. So the team's out warming up, getting ready for the start of the second half. Lovington leading this one 19-12 over Moriarty in what has been a pretty good grudge match thus far. So getting ready for the start of the second half. It will be Moriarty football to start the second half. So Patrick, final thoughts as we get ready for this second half to get underway.
You know, I've been impressed with Lovington's offense early in this game in the first half, and I would like to just see more of that. They get their playmakers the ball and let them make plays.
And that's what they are going to have to do, I think, more of here in this second half. So Moriarty will have the ball first, so it'll be on the defense's shoulders here early in the second half. I'm going to say no silly penalties on either side of the ball going to be a key here. Now, one thing we have seen from this Lovington coaching staff is sometimes they will try like an onside kick to start a half or a game. Do you think maybe Coach G tries that to maybe put the momentum squarely back in Lovington's field of play?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, TJ. I don't know that I would like it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Coach G did it.
Well, we'll see as Lucas Contreras going to tee it up at the 40. Lovington will be defending the south goal to start this second half of play, leading 19-12. So Contreras will set it up back deep to receive for Moriarty. It'll be done. And also looks like Matthew Romero may be back out there. Nope, pardon me. That's number 45. That's Andres Lopez. I just saw the 5. I didn't see the 4.
I believe Romero's riding the gator out.
I think you're right. So, yeah, hate to see that young man's afternoon end. So Contreras tees it up at the 40. And here we go, second half of action. 24 minutes away from finding out who gets a shot at the state championship, and that's going to be a high end over ender, and it's going to be muffed in the end zone, and so that'll be a touchback automatically. So bring Moriarty out to the 20-yard line. That's where Coach Romero's Pintos will take it, 1st and 10.
Well, and I like them starting from the 20 and not the 50.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. Just be aware of, keep stopping the run. You've done a great job of it thus far, and just be aware of that little out pass that they sometimes do off of the motion. So from the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. Moriarty just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Lovington up by 7, 19-12. Now Moriarty's going to come out, send twins left, twins right, send a man in motion. Gonzalez under center, hand it off to that motion man. That is going to be done. Gets tripped up as he crosses the 20 and going to fall forward to about the 24-yard line. So, a flag on the play. So they're going to call it 5. And nope, they picked the flag up, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. That was a pretty generous spot out to the 25-yard line.
It was a really generous spot.
2nd and 5. I thought that Gonzalez had probably tripped Dunn up about the 23, but still give him forward momentum. And under center is Amari Gonzalez, the quarterback. Send a man in motion this time left to right. And it'll be right up the middle and nowhere to go that time for their inside running back and their chief runner, Kenneth Poinier, as he's actually going to get, they're going to lose a yard on the play, and so it'll be 3rd down and 6. Great job by the big boys in the interior. Brennan Garcia leads the charge that time for the Wildcats. Ezekiel Guzman, I think, in on that one too.
It was all 3 up front, and they did a good job of not letting the line push them back and then grabbing a hold of the ball carrier and pushing back.
So now 3rd down and 6. This is where you have to watch for that little out pass that they throw.
Same formation they always line it up out of.
Yes, it is. Everybody bunched in tight. One receiver out wide to the left. Take the handoff. Nope, and they will give the handoff, and nowhere to go that time for Andres Lopez as he's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2. They're going to give him to the 26-yard line. Let me get on the right line of my stat sheet there. And so now it'll be, wow, pretty generous. They're going to give him 4 on the play. And so it'll be 4th down and call it 3.
Caleb Neese on the stop for the Cats there.
So now the question becomes 4th and 3. Does Coach Romero, he's going to put his punter out there, but something tells me he's not punting this one. As Eric Wolf to punt it, Lovington has to be aware of the fake. So Wolf to punt it away. Hilliard back deep to receive. Lovington pointing out a couple of things, and we'll have a late man check into the ball game. That is Poinier, and whistle's going to sound as it'll be delay of game. So now I think if you are Moriarty, you will punt the ball away.
You have to after that loss.
Yeah, and so I don't know what Poinier was thinking coming in that late. They only had 10 men on the field. I'm thinking maybe they were going to go for the fake, but just the miscommunication. Somebody didn't get out there, and Poinier trying to get in at the last second.
I agree.
So I'm thinking they will need to punt it away now after the 5-yard penalty. It'll be 4th down and 8.
And they've backed their punter way back now.
Yes, they have. It'll be Wolf to punt it away. Low snap, Wolf handles it, and that one, they got a piece of that one. It is a wobbler, and it's going to come off. Hilliard will pick it up at the 45, makes the first man miss to the 50, goes sideways to the 45, to the 40, still on his feet, spin move, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, 15, 5, put it in the end zone, 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats!
Wow, what a touchdown.
45 yards for number 14, Tayton Hilliard. The punt return for the touchdown on a partial block again by Perez. And he'll take it 55 yards to the house, and Lovington strikes first in the second half. How did he make those? There was 5 guys that had a shot at him. I don't know how he made them all miss. He literally turned sideways to get between Wolf and Kennedy and somehow got through them.
The best offense you can have right there.
It is. So the point after to come. Lovington trying to go up double on this Moriarty squad. So the snap is high. The hold is good. The kick by Contreras is a line shot that is going to go wide to the left. But Lovington with another special teams touchdown goes up 25-12. 9:08 to go third quarter. We're back in 1 minute on Cool 95.7. It's a 55-yard punt return for the touchdown for Tayton Hilliard. The point after, knuckles on Contreras and is no good, but with 9:08 to go in the third quarter, Lovington 25, Moriarty 12. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Contreras to kick it back to Moriarty. 2 special teams touchdowns, the difference in this one right now for the Cats. And it'll be another huge kick that's going to go out of the back of the end zone as Lucas says, yep, you guys can just start at the 20, and that's where Moriarty will take over 1st and 10, Patrick.
Well, you know, a huge kick right there, but coming off of that missed extra point, he might have been a little mad.
Might have been. Yeah, Lovington has had some extra point troubles today. 2 botched 2-point tries and then a missed kick. I mean, the wind is blowing a little bit. He missed that one to the left, though, and the wind's blowing more towards the southeast, so coming out of the southwest, I should say. So he missed it to the wrong side.
He sure did. Good job trying to give him that, though.
And so it'll be Gonzalez up under center, going to keep it himself. Tries to take it to the left side and is going to be hit in the backfield. Driven backwards at the 15. Great pursuit by the Lovington Wildcats is going to drive Gonzalez back as Brennan Garcia. I didn't know Brennan had that extra gear.
Wow.
But he put it up there, and it'll be a loss, a generous 3 yards on the loss. It should have been about 5, but they're going to say, forward progress, I guess. That's fine. So great job by Brennan Garcia, man.
And if you're Moriarty, you got to quit getting behind the chains on these early downs.
Yes, you do. So it'll be 2nd down and 13, 8.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Lovington up 25-12. Gonzalez up under center. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Hand it off on the left side to Dunn. He is going to be hit and goes back, and the ball is out, and it is out, and the Cats have it back. The second fumble recovery of the day as they strip it away from Caden Dunn, who gets a yard but coughs it up and gives Lovington a gift. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 13-yard line.
Just a great job. He's being held up and just going for the ball after that.
Nice job, as I think that was stripped away by Isaac Henson on that far side. And he'll come out. It looks like he may have gotten a little bit banged up on the shoulder. So you certainly hope Isaac's going to be okay to come back in. But the second turnover of the ball game. And so now Lovington needs to cash in on this one. Twins left, 1 to the right. Whistle sound and timeout going to be taken by Lovington. So Lovington will take the timeout. 8:13 to go here in the third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Wildcat football. Lovington up 25-12, and a turnover forced by Isaac Henson and recovered by the Cats, and they are knocking on the door again. 1st and 10 from the Moriarty 13. Great to have you with us on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for football. The winner will move on to the 4A championship game 1 week from today. We certainly hope Lovington hangs on, and we get to be right back here next week. So from the 13-yard line, Lovington football, and Moriarty did take that timeout. They pointed towards Lovington, but Moriarty actually took the timeout.
They only had 10 guys on the field, so.
And then we're trying to run extras out there.
Yeah, a couple more in.
Aranda from the shotgun, waits the snap. Olguin in the backfield with him. Good snap. Hand it to Alec. He's going to sweep it to the left side. Gets a good block down the field. Leads to the 5 to the 10. Put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Alec Olguin, his second touchdown of the day. And Lovington takes it up 31-12.
You know, I don't know who made the block out there in the secondary for the Cats, which receiver, but that's big boy football right there.
Actually, I think that was DeMarcus Thompson who got that block in. Aguilera had a pretty good one down the field, too. So the Cats with the point after to come, trying to make this 32-12, trying to stretch this one out. That's what you got to do, is take advantage of turnovers, and the Cats did that time, Patrick.
They sure did, and you know, we talked about it early. If the Cats get up
and
by
the Cats
by
are going to
3.
shift around to the Wildcat. They're going for 2 to Henson. He stopped at the line, but stays on his feet high, steps it in over the right tackle, and put 2 more on the board, and the Cats will make it 33-12, up by a full 3 touchdowns. We're back in a minute here on Cool 95.7. It's a 13-yard sweep by Alec Olguin on the left side into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Isaac Henson takes the Wildcat snap and takes it over the right tackle into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Lovington goes up by 21. Now 33-12, 8:05 to go here in the third quarter. And if you're Moriarty down by 3 scores, does this change your game plan at this point, Patrick?
Yeah, I think you have to at this point in the third quarter. You're going to have to figure out how to throw the ball for the first time this year.
So Contreras on to kick it away for the Wildcats, as Lucas will probably just try and put it through the back of the end zone again. It is a wobbler, going to bounce at the 10, and it will go into the back of the end zone, as Dunn will just watch that one squirt through. And so Moriarty will take it at the 20-yard line. Great to have you with us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for football from Lovington. The Cats up 33-12. Of course, if the Cats hang on, we'll be back here next Saturday afternoon for the state championship game. No matter who wins from from Ruidoso and Bloomfield, that game going to be getting underway here in about 10 minutes from up in Bloomfield. So 1st and 10 for Moriarty from the 20. They're going to keep everybody in tight, but at some point, I think you're right, Patrick, they're going to have to start trying to find a way to pass it. Lovington puts everybody up, and they will fake the handoff. They're going for the pass. Stepping up, Gonzalez. He's just going to take it himself. A block is going to spring him on the left side. Goes, tries to cut it back, and gets around Henson. Lovington wants the clip. They're not going to get it, and flag's going to fly. But I'm not sure. Those came in so late, they may be calling late hit on Lovington, and Moriarty's got a man down on the near side. It's going to be a 19-yard gain if it stands for Amari Gonzalez.
Really the best play Moriarty's had all day, and he was looking for somebody to pass it to.
Yes, he was. So let's see what it's going to be, and it'll be an illegal block in the back on Moriarty, and it happened at the very end. And so that means it'll stand. Is that one from the spot, or does that just wipe the complete play out? I never can remember on an illegal block.
It's from the spot of the foul, I believe.
So it'll be 10 yards from the spot. It was a 17-yard gain for Gonzalez. But he's going to lose 10 of those 17, so it'll be first down again, and it'll be first and about 3 after that one. So the 10-yard penalty on Moriarty wipes out a first down, so it'll be first and 3.
I never liked those at all.
No, I didn't either. I still don't like them, but I'm glad that it's first and 3. Wow, they're going to say loss of down 2. No, that's wrong because I did see the head official signal it'll be first down. Yep, now they're switching it. So it'll be first and 3 after the penalty wipes the first down off the board. Gonzalez up under center, looks to throw the screen, and that one is knocked away, and that's a backwards pass. Nope, the near side judge says it was right along the line as Caleb Neese comes up with it like my football. That was very close to a backwards pass, but I think maybe just exactly right down the line. So first incompletion of the day for Gonzalez, and now it'll be third down and 3.
That one was scary. I don't think if I'm Moriarty, I want to throw another one of those.
Yeah, that may be one of those you take that play out of the page book and crumple it up and throw it in the trash can. So it'll be second down and about 3 after the incompletion. Everybody bunched up tight. Under center, Gonzalez gets it, hands it off. Big hole, but it closes quickly. As Poinier going to get a yard, maybe 2. Wow, they're going to give him forward progress of 3. And so Poinier will have the first down for Moriarty, their 7th first down of the ball game, right to the nose of the 30.
Just keep the clock moving, though, if you're Lovington. And
yeah, the clock is definitely not the friend of Moriarty at this point, trailing by 3 scores with 7:10 remaining here in this third quarter, and they trail by 3 scores, 21 points.
Full 3.
Yes, a full 3. A full 3 scores until you count 2-point conversions, but I'm not going to get into that math. As, everybody moving, and yep, that should be false start on Moriarty as the ball popped out, but they're going to whistle that one dead before it ever happened. As Moriarty getting a little bit antsy on this right side of the line. So I think Moriarty may be starting to feel just a little bit of pressure here. And it will be false start on the Pintos.
Back them up, and if you're Lovington, you need the other team taking these penalties because you are susceptible to them yourself.
You are, so it'll be first and 15. Move it back to the 25-yard line. Clock continues to move with 6:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Lovington up 33-12 and trying to punch their ticket through to a state title game for the first time in 10 years. As big number 77, Royal Page, their center, gets to the line first. Now Moriarty going to split twins to the right. Single back deep behind Gonzalez. Hand it off to that deep back, and that's going to be Poinier. And the ball is out, and the Cats have got it back. Poinier gets 2 yards and coughs it up. But they're going to say down by contact. So down by contact, the ball came out. Thinking back on it, I think maybe his knee was down before it popped out.
Very close.
Very close. So a 2-yard gain, and so it'll be second down and 13. Moriarty's had a little bit of trouble holding on to the football, but Lovington, too, has been really going after those footballs after they get the momentum stopped.
They have. All game, Lovington's been going after the football and really taking a lot of them away.
Yeah, 2 turnovers so far, but they've missed a couple just by a little bit. So it'll be third down and 13. Hand off and going through. Nope, Gonzalez keeps himself. Looks to pass. Is going to be hit, and he is going down back inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. He is going to lose about 5 or the 24-yard line. Pardon me, I got a little too excited there. He's going to lose 5. It'll be the first sack of the ball game, and so it'll be third down.
16.
Third and 16, so a loss of 4 officially. First sack of the ball game for the Wildcat defense.
And Moriarty is taking longer in the backfield now, trying to get the ball downfield, trying to make those throws.
That's not going to work too good. Lovington with very good cornerbacks and man-on-man defenders. And if they can get a little bit of pressure, that's going to be not good news for these Pintos.
That's exactly right.
Under center is Gonzalez. The deep back is Poinier, and whistles sound. They were trying to move a little hurry up, and instead they're going to have delay of game on Moriarty. So Moriarty now just all kinds of out of sorts, Patrick, with 4:44 to go. So it goes from being 3rd and 21 to 3rd and 26. They're back inside just 21. Yeah,
21
it's 3rd
right now.
and 21. Yeah, from the 19, they need to get it to the 40.
You know, we've seen Lovington do this to themselves a few times this year. It's nice to see another team do it to themselves.
So 3rd and Humble City for the Moriarty Pintos with 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Twins left, Twins right. Not sure what they've gotten there. And, we got a man jump. False start, number 45. That was Andres Lopez trying to get out quick. And so now it'll be 26. And so Moriarty, again, just all out of sorts. Not used to having to try and get a passing game going.
Well, you do. You change your complete philosophy right now if you're Moriarty, and you're not used to it.
So now they're inside the 15, back at the 14-yard line. So Moriarty, I'm not sure what any coach really has in the book for 3rd and 26. I know we didn't have anything in the playbook when I was in school for it. Deep back is Poinier. Going to pass is Gonzalez. He's going to be pressured. He's going to hit back inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Cats get to him. Bottom of the pile coming up is Caleb Neese. Neese with the sack. Second sack of the ball game. And so it'll be a big loss, and now it is 4th and Hobbs. It should be punt time for the Pintos.
4th and 30. If you're Moriarty, you certainly didn't have anything in the playbook for 26.
For 3rd and 26, you don't have anything for 30 either. Like I said, that's not disparaging the team. I mean, when I was in high school, we didn't have that play in the book either.
No. And a dangerous return team for Lovington.
Yes, it is. As the last time we saw a punt return, it came back all the way for the touchdown to Hilliard. Is that one going to get off? Is Tatum going to get it at the 38? Cuts it to the 35, to the 30. Stiff arms a man to the 25. Still on his feet. Comes near side. Goes sideways again inside the 20. To the 15, to the 10. Put it on the board. 6 more. Touchdown Wildcats. 38 yards. Tatum Hilliard for the Wildcat touchdown. That's 2 of them.
Wow. And you say wow, TJ, and that's an amazing return again.
So the Lovington Wildcats special teams comes through again, and it's now 39-12. The point after to come. It looked like we may get a classic coming down the stretch, but Lovington special teams have come through and have said, nope, if the defense can keep us in this, we'll take care of the offensive work.
And they have.
So the point after to come. Lovington up 39-12. So Contreras on for the point after. And the snap is a little high, gets down, the kick is up, and it will split the uprights good. 3:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lovington rolling 40-12 over Moriarty. Back in a minute on Cool 95.7. Back at Wildcat Stadium, another punt return for a touchdown. Tatum Hilliard takes it 38 yards this time. The point after by Contreras is good, and it's 40-12 in favor of the Wildcats. 3:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we just heard from the PA announcer that Tatum has tied a Wildcat record with 2 punt returns in a game for a touchdown. So Tatum Hilliard going into the record books, and we've still got time for him to maybe get the record in this one. So a 28-point lead now, so up by 4 scores. math is not my strong suit, as Contreras will kick it away, as he will put that one high end over end, and that one's going to go through the back of the end zone, and Moriarty will try and put it back together, 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. This is Wildcat football on KLEA Hobbs Lovington, Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app, and streaming worldwide and live on the video side of things today with rights granted by the NMAA and the Lovington Schools, purchased by New Walmart Digital on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and at the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment, but should be joining us here in just a few minutes. Maganato in studio engineering and producing, so Gonzalez going to come out still under center, split backs in the backfield, everybody in tight. Hand it off, and a huge hole for Poinier as he's across the 30 out to the 32-yard line before Tayton brings him down. It'll be a pickup of 12 for Poinier, as really that's the first running room he's had all game long.
Well, and I think Lovington was expecting them to start throwing as well as everybody else, but running the ball up the middle is kind of their game.
Yeah, got a good block over on that far side. I couldn't tell who the tight end was, but he managed to get a chip over on that far side on number 50, and I don't have a 50 on my roster, but got a block, and that's really what kind of sprung him. So it'll be 1st and 10. That'll be the 8th first down for Moriarty from the 32-yard line. Trying the misdirection and just going to hand it right up the middle again, and getting about 4 yards again is Poinier.
And again, if you're Lovington, you want these long drives. Give them 3 or 4 yards and make them burn the clock.
Yeah, burn the clock. 3 yards in a cloud of dust is fine when it's a 1-score ball game, maybe even 2. But a 4-score ball game, not so much. So a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the far hash mark. Wildcats going to put everybody up in the box. Now they're going to split a man wide to the left side. So send a man in motion. That is Lopez, and he's going to cross the 40 to the 42. He's going to pick up about 4 before he's knocked off of his feet. So now it'll be 3rd down and 2. A little slow to get up is Isaiah Camplain. Tackle made on the near side by Adam Aguilera. Looked like Joseph Perez also getting on him. So 3rd and call it a long one with 90 seconds, under 90 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the play being brought in from the sideline by Eric Wolf. Slow getting in. They're down to 10 seconds on the play clock.
They've had a lot of that today, too.
They are, and they're going to have to get to the line quickly with 5, with 4, with 3, with 2, and they are going to get it off just in time. And right up the middle is Gonzalez, and he squirts across the 45, then turns into a rugby scrum at the 46-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4 on the keeper for Gonzalez, and it'll move the chains for Moriarty. 1 minute remaining exactly in the 3rd quarter. So from the 46-yard line, Lovington special teams have come to play here in this 3rd quarter. Is Moriarty going to take as much time as they can and try and regroup for the 4th? They have to run. This may wind up being the last play of the quarter. Under center is Gonzalez from the near hash. Hand it off, going to the left side. Dunn gets a good block. He's on his horse. He's to the 35, to the 30, and Corrales is going to bring him down at the 20. It's a 27-yard gain for Poinier, and it'll move the chains. 1st down for Moriarty. So that saves the touchdown as Javier Corrales doing a nice job. 65 yards on 14 carries for Poinier, and that's really, I mean, that's all he's done is, these last couple. We talked about it, though. You're going to get big plays if you just keep doing it, and they have. They've stayed true to what they are.
Just might be a little bit late for that style.
Might be, as a whistle sounds, and they're pointing over at Lovington. With 2, with 1. Nope, they're going to stop the clock with 2 seconds to go in the quarter. So this will be the last play of the quarter. So Moriarty inside the Lovington red zone at the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. Gonzalez under center. Hand it off up the middle as Poinier to the 10. Inside the 5. Ball pops out, and it is into the hands of the Lovington Wildcats. It should be Lovington ball at the 1-yard line. Let's see Let's see Lovington
Yes.
football. Poyer coughs it up for the third time in the ball game, and Lovington will have it on their own goal line, but they've got it to start the fourth quarter. Don't start the celebration yet, but it's getting closer. Wildcat football back in a minute here on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Cool 95.7 with Patrick Alexander. I'm TJ Miracle. Start of the fourth quarter, Lovington, and we talked about it. Javier Corrales forced that fumble as it looked like Poyer was going to go into the end zone, so Corrales forced the turnover, and so the Cats with a long field to work with, but up by 28 points. Now you don't breathe easy just yet, but it's looking a little bit better for the Wildcats. They got 3 touchdowns in that third quarter, 2 of them on touchdowns from the special teams. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan will be joining us here in just a little while. Score update coming in from the 2A title game. It's Eunice over Jowl right now, 21-7. Eunice looking for their 5th consecutive championship. On our sister stations, Eagle 1110 AM for the Jowl call, and on Kicks 103 for the Eunice call. But we've got a good one here, so the ball is at the 1-yard line for the Wildcats. Aranda from the shotgun. Blitz comes. Handed off Dallas Cardenas, and he is hit in the end zone. Gets out of one. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Somehow gets out of the end zone. Wow, that was disaster, and Dallas Cardenas, his first run of the game is for 1 yard, but that almost a safety, Patrick.
What a great individual effort back there by him, by Cardenas. He broke a few tackles trying to get out of the end zone, and luckily they didn't blow that dead at any point. He did get back out.
Yes, he did, and he winds up getting 1 yard out of it, so 2nd down and 9 to go. Cardenas is the running back in the backfield. Twins left, 1 right. Aranda barks out the signals. Blitz comes. Ashton throws the screen, has a man, and that is Aguilera, and he is going to lose a yard. So complete to Adam, but it's for -1, and so it's 3rd and 10. Hard to do when you, I'm not sure why you don't just run up the gut and try and get a little room here. Of course, Lovington not used to really going in that jumbo package like that.
No, but they have had success today running between the tackles.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 1 yard line. Lovington gets the turnover to end the third quarter, but get it on their own 1. Blitz is coming. Everybody going to stack up. If you can get somebody behind quickly, rolling to the near side. Aranda throws it, and Aguilera with it, but slips down and can't believe it as he lays there. And just like, I can't believe it. So it is 4th and 9, and it will be punt time for the Wildcats. And you got to think Moriarty is going to bring everybody in the stadium after this kick.
You would imagine they would. I wouldn't even put a return man back. I think one.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they are going to do. So give him 2 on the play. So 120 through the air for Ashton Aranda and Tate and Hilliard to kick it away. And back deep to receive is going to be Andres Lopez. They're going to let him get it away as Tate will pop it up into the air. Lopez will field it at the 35. Is hit immediately and dragged down. Great job by Henson down as Lopez gets up, says something to Henson. Isaac, don't do it.
It's not worth it right here.
It's not worth it. Henson is a great player, great coverage down the field. Sometimes, though, he tends to let his emotions get the better of him, but Lovington, some of his teammates wisely step and say, not the time, bud.
Bad timing.
And as my coaches used to say with a couple of the guys who would get that way, they would just say, when we're up big, just point at the scoreboard and walk the other way.
That's exactly right.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36. Pinto football, 9:40 to go in the ball game. Lovington up by 28. Handed off to Dunn around the left side, and he is going to go out and loses the football on the sideline. Lovington says they've got it, and the side judge says nope, he was already out. And so it'll be a loss of 2 on the play for Caden Dunn. Lovington has been hawking the football, to be sure, in this ball game.
You know, I don't think
the side judge going to come talk to the official, and Coach G wants the turnover. Lovington did force 9 turnovers against Santa Teresa as Coach G smiles and shakes his head as he comes over. So it'll be 2nd and 11. They even give him a pretty good spot on that one. So a loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. Lovington wanted that football. Ball at the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Split a man out wide to the right. Send a man in motion. That is Lopez. Handed off right up the gut. Not a lot of running room up the middle for that Dunn or Poinier. That was Poinier, as he's going to get a yard back. He's got 85 yards on 16 carries. And now it is 3rd down and 10.
Great job by the guys up front for Lovington's defense all day, though.
They have. Ezekiel Guzman has done a great job. Valentin Herrera, Brian Gutierrez, Israel Rodriguez, Jaime Perales, the whole crew has done a great job. Jaden Bosquez, I think, is wearing 50 today. And so they will nope, it'll be Gonzalez keeping it himself, and he is going to be hit, and he is going to be sacked. Back at the 41-yard line, Brennan Garcia takes him down. And so it'll be the 3rd sack of the ball game. It'll be a 5-yard sack, and it is their 4th down and 16. Brennan Garcia coming through in a big way right there, Patrick.
That was a big play for the Cats, especially up front. You know, we just talked about those guys, and they have made their presence felt today.
They certainly have done a fantastic job all game long. Clock moves with 8:20 remaining in the ball game. 4th and 16. Moriarty with no choice but to go for it from the 42-yard line. Split twins to the right side. Deep back is going to be Poinier. They're going to throw the screen to the near side. That's going to go to Wolf, and he is hit behind the line, and he is driven backwards to the 45-yard line. It's a completion for a loss of 3, and over on downs to the Wildcats.
Well, and if you're the Cats, you knew they had to throw something, but they're not prepared to throw the ball down the field, so stay tight. And a great job there on the defensive side.
Absolutely, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 46-yard line. So the defense comes up big. So Lovington football, 8 minutes remaining in this one. Lovington trying to punch their ticket through to the state title game next week here at the friendly confines of Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. Twins left, Twins right. Wildcat offense trying to put the capper on this one. Good snap, handed off. Cardenas starts it right, comes back over left tackle, and just goes forward for about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 up the middle. And that was Royal Page who brought him down, got the first hit on him before cleaning him up was Corbin Pierce. So 2nd down and 8. Really the clock, Lovington's friend here. I'm not sure I'd try to do anything too fancy at all, Patrick. Just
you don't need to, and you don't even really have to put the ball in the air here.
No, just maybe keep it on the ground, maybe work on a few things. And looks like we do have some of our younger receivers coming out here. We've got one to the left, trips to the right. Aranda from the shotgun. Cardenas in the backfield with him. Handed off. Cardenas starts it left and gets it midfield. Somehow gets out of a tackle. Comes back across the middle to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Stiff arms a man. 20, 15, 10, 5. Put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats, but it's coming back. 52 yards for Cardenas, but it's coming back as we've got a flag at the 23-yard line. So Cardenas is going to wind up getting credit for a 30-yard run, but not the touchdown. Holding on the Wildcats or a block in the back. It's one or the other. Yikes. And it'll be at the 23-yard line. Have they signaled it yet, Patrick? And I just missed it. Was I busy losing along?
So they went.
And it will be holding
10
on
yards.
Lovington. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it wipes the touchdown off the board, but it'll still move the chains. First down, Wildcats. In some ways, that's actually in some ways better. You hate to take the 52-yard touchdown off the board for Dallas Cardenas, but
still runs the clock.
It'll let Lovington burn a lot more clock off here. Trips left, one to the right. Aranda still the quarterback. Cardenas in the backfield with him. Great run, though, by Dallas. They'll hand it to him again. He goes right side, still on his feet. He wants to do it again as he is going to be down around the 20 before finally being gang tackled. Antonio Cano leads the way. Also on that stop, Dominic Montano. It'll be a 12-yard pickup for Dallas and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Just another good run there by Cardenas. Sees the hole and gets in it and doesn't go down on first contact.
That'll be the 10th first down for the Wildcats. They're inside the Moriarty red zone. So from the 20-yard line.
Cats are going to take their time here, take it all the way down.
Yeah, take it as much as you can. I mean, there's still 14 seconds on the play clock. 6.5 to go on the game clock. Going to split Thompson out wide to the left. Trips to the right side. They'll have Aguilera on the near slot. Cardenas in the backfield. First and 10 from the 20. Handed off on the counter tray. Cardenas with some room to the 10, to the 5, and put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. Starts it on the counter tray and then bounces it out to the left side and goes 20 yards to the house. And Lovington is a point after away from putting this in mercy rule timing. 65 yards on 5 carries for Cardenas.
You didn't see that in the first quarter happening, did you?
No, I did not. So the Cats have taken command and are now up 46-12, the point after to come. And that would put us in running clock, and that last 6 minutes will move fast if it is running clock time. No, Contreras on for the extra point. Out of the hold of Henson. Moriarty going to come at it with everything they've got. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it knuckles to the left side. No good. And with 6:11 to go in the ballgame, Lovington 46, Moriarty 12. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on Cool 95.7. Dallas Cardenas checks into the ball game and handles the workload for the Cats. Takes it 20 yards to the house for the Lovington touchdown. The point after is no good, but Lovington is 6 minutes and 11 seconds away from heading to a state championship attempt, leading 46-12. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment, but on her way. She'll be here shortly for our coaches' conversation after the game. Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing. So Lucas will tee it up at the 40 and kick it to the south. He's got enough leg to maybe get this one through the end zone. He'll come up and he will put it into this one. Kicks it a little high. It'll be fielded at the 5. Going to be muffed. Now they're going to fake the handoff, and keeping it himself is going to be done. And he gets to the 12, and Lovington doesn't fall for the attempted misdirection. goes down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for Moriarty from right there.
Just good special teams play for Lovington today.
It has been. The special teams have done fantastic. 2 punt returns for Tate and Hilliard for a touchdown, a punt block return for a touchdown by Joseph Perez. And the offense finally finding its way. So from the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 for Moriarty at the halfway point of this 4th quarter. Under center is Gonzalez. Takes the snap, hands it off, and Poinier is hit, and he will get a yard out of that one. Lovington on him. That was Neese once again. Caleb Neese had a heck of a ball game. Brian Gutierrez cleans him up.
Neese has had a great game, the best game I can remember him having this year.
It certainly is, and Neese is one of the seniors on this squad, stepping up in a big way in what will be the next to last game of his high school career. So a 1-yard gain, get it up to the 13.5-yard line, make it the 14.
When Moriarty's happy to take their time now.
Yeah, go ahead and try and keep this one going as long as it can. As cycling into the ball game will be Ezekiel Guzman. He'll take a spot on the line. So 2nd and 9, under center. Amari Gonzalez takes that. Nope, he will hand it off to the first man through. That's Poinier, and he's going to get another yard out of that one, but nothing more to that. 18 carries, 87 yards, but they've really kept him in check. His longest of the day, 27 yards. He had a 19-yard gain too, but he coughed it up on that one. So 3rd down and 8, under 5 to play now. The Lovington faithful counting it down to a state championship game appearance.
You know, Lovington was susceptible to the run all year, and they've done a great job today changing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's barely over 100 yards so far in the run category today. So they have done a great job against a team that puts up about 400 rushing yards a game. On the end around, it'll be Lopez. He gets a little room, going to get it just shy of the 20 out to about the 19-yard line. So about 10 yards worth of running for 3 yards, and it is 4th down and 3. So you got to think Moriarty's going to punt it. They don't want Lovington to have an easy shot at the end zone from here. 31 yards on 8 carries for Andres Lopez. So you've got to think here punt time for the Pintos. Moriarty definitely came to play, though, today.
They did.
As the punt team's coming out, the wheels have just kind of come off for them in the second half, but Lovington has done a fantastic job. A lot of great adjustments in that second half for the Wildcats.
When special teams stepping up.
So Tate and Hilliard back deep to receive. High snap, and Lovington almost getting to that one. Not sure Taten's going to get a chance to return this one. He won't, as that one, I think Lovington may have gotten a piece of that one or heard the punter, so he shanked it. It'll be out at the 35-yard line. Going to be wind up being about a 15-yard punt. No return. 3:26 remaining in the ball game. Of course, don't forget, coming up, we have got your post-game show. The Stone Oilfield Services post-game. So only to the 30. Wow, that winds up, or the 29, that winds up being a 10-yard punt.
That's tough.
That is very tough.
When your back's already against the wall and then you shank one out of bounds, it's hard.
Yes, it is. So Aranda will stay in, but got the second line in there for the most part now for the Wildcats. From the 29-yard line, Ashton with it, hand it to Cardenas. Bounces right side, now takes it back left, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, and finally going to be brought down at the 24, make that the 26-yard line. So Dallas with a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7, 68 yards on 6 carries for Cardenas. Again, the Cats can afford to just let as much time run as humanly possible in this one.
Injured player for Moriarty.
Yep, so we will have an injury timeout. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, this game, the championship game, last I heard, will be at 1 o'clock next Saturday against either Bloomfield or Ruidoso. If it's at Bloomfield, it might actually wind up being a little bit later in the day. Might wind up being a 3 o'clock game just because of the travel time involved.
Been trying to get an update on that. I can't.
And so it'll be 2nd down for the Cats Hand it to Cardenas. Going to go left side and just goes across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. 2 yards for Dallas. Now 70 yards on 7 carries. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. So for the Cats, it'll be 3rd and 5. 2:26 remaining here in the ball game. Lovington up 46-12. Aranda from the shotgun. Twins left, Twins right. Ashton looks to pass, throws it over the middle, has a man. That is Gonzalez. Caesar puts 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. 24 yards, Caesar Gonzalez. And that is the capper for this Lovington squad. Second touchdown toss of the afternoon. 144 through the air for Ashton Aranda. Now 52-12. The Cats have said this is ours. Point after to come here, trying to make it a 41-point lead, up by 40 now. So the Lovington Wildcats will have a shot at a state championship 1 week from today. The snap is good, it's bad. As Henson will throw it and put 2 on the board as Henson gets the 2-point conversion. Going to be complete to Anson Marquez. But I think we got flags on the play, so nope, not going to be 2 on the board. I think we got a hold on Lovington. And it looked like Isaac might have bobbled that. It looked like a pretty good snap from up here.
It did to me as well.
So we'll see what the call is going to be from the head official. And waiting on the call, he's going to go over and ask Moriarty if they want to let Lovington re-kick this. So it's going to take just a little bit of time to work this out. Big thanks to Lovington Auto Supply, Battle Energy Services, Now Pharmacy, and Stone Oilfield Services for making Wildcat playoff football possible. Also, Areola Chiropractic, Legendary Services, R360, and the Lovington Schools. Couldn't do it without the support of Bob's Thriftway, Lasco Construction, Albertsons Market, IPS Incorporated, and the First American Bank of Lovington. Also, Norley Hospital and Eunice Pump and Supply. And it will be on it's actually going to be a personal foul on Moriarty. And so it'll be waved off, and the 2 points will go on the board. So Anson Marquez with the 2-point conversion from Isaac Henson, and Lovington up 54-12. So we'll take a 30-second timeout, come back, and continue. This is Wildcat Football on Cool 95.7. It is a 24-yard touchdown pass to Caesar Gonzalez from Ashton Aranda. The 2-point conversion on a botch. Isaac Henson tosses it to Anson Marquez and makes it 54-12 in favor of the Wildcats, and they will punch their ticket through to the next round and a chance at their first state championship in 10 seasons. With Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan joining us field side from our friends at Now Pharmacy as we prepare for the kickoff. Welcome in, Don Morgan.
Hey, Q. It's just nice to finally be here. Yes. Although it sounds like you guys have been having a good time without me.
On assignment today, but we're glad to have you here and looking forward to the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. So preparing for the kickoff, 2:09 remaining in the ball game. Will be running clock for the last 2:09 of this one. Lovington up by 42. And preparing, of course, for a shot at the championship next week. So a little bit of a delay here. Not sure what the delay is all about.
The false start or the personal foul.
Well, we waved it off, so. Yeah, okay, so they've decided, because it was declined, everything's normal. So Lucas Contreras will tee it up at the 40, and we'll kick it away.
been all Lovington in the second half.
It has. They made a lot of great adjustments, and so the Wildcats will kick it away from the 40-yard line. Of course, no matter what happens on the other side of the bracket, we will be back here next week on Saturday. Time still to be determined. Probably going to be at 1 o'clock next Saturday afternoon. So Contreras will tee it up and kick it away. So Moriarty still going to fight as much as they can. It's a high end over ender, and that one is going to bounce and go into the end zone. Done in pursuit, but it'll come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Contreras has really, in this second half, kept him pinned pretty much right there on his kickoffs, and the defense.
So what was the halftime score? You guys are talking about, TJ, you said something about adjustments in the second half. What was the halftime score?
It was 19-12 at halftime. Lovington in the lead, 19-12 at half, Dawn.
I can't hear you.
Okay, I don't know why you can't hear, so.
There you go. I can hear you now.
All right, yeah, it was 19-12 at half, Dawn. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Moriarty from the 20-yard line. Clock moves down to 2 minutes. And keeping it himself is Gonzalez, going to get strung out left side and hit as Caleb Neese, another big hit, going to be put on. And so it'll be a pickup of 1 for Amari Gonzalez. And so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to move.
Well, and we talked about it early. Whenever Lovington can string them to the sideline, they have enough speed to run those down.
And they've done a great job with it thus far. So the clock going to continue to move. As a late player coming in for Moriarty, they've really had trouble in the second half getting their communications done. So it'll be 2nd down and 9, under 90 seconds remaining. As under center will be Amari Gonzalez. Waits on it. Now he'll hand it off, going to the right side with Lopez. Gets strung out, makes a spin move, comes back to the middle, crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 5 for Lopez. But we're down to a minute to play. And a final score coming in from the 2A title game as Eunice will get their 5th consecutive championship as they down Jowl 28-15. Wow, that sounds like it was quite a ball game.
Well, Jowl coming out, and they scored at least once since I heard that last score. So I guess Jowl just waited a little too long to come alive and be able to make anything offensive against Eunice today.
So it'll be 3rd down and 4 here in Lovington. The Cats are cruising, hand it off. That is going to be done. He gets away from 1, gets away from 2, going to be hit, and the ball is down, and it is out, but they are going to say down, and I think he was down on that one. Lovington almost forcing another fumble, is right there to grab it, Ryan Weiser. It'll be a pickup of about, they're going to give him back to the original line as scrimmage is done. 8 yards on 10 carries, and so now it is 3rd down and 3. Well, they're going to give him a couple of yards on it.
4th down
so
here.
4th down and about 2.
As it ticks down to 2-1.
And yep. So that'll do it, and the Lovington Wildcats will play for a state title 1 week from today, right back here at Wildcat Stadium as they down the number 4 Moriarty Pintos 54-12. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with your Stone Oil Field Services postgame show. This is Wildcat State Championship football on Cool 95.7. Welcome to your Stone Oil Field Services Wildcat postgame show as Lovington will be moving on to the state championship after defeating the Moriarty Pintos 54-12 in the 4A semifinals. With Dawn Morgan fieldside courtesy of Owl Pharmacy, I'm TJ Miracle high above Brian Urlacher Field. Patrick Alexander joining us this afternoon too. 54-12, Lovington wins. Taking a look at the numbers in this one. For the Moriarty Pintos, Amari Gonzalez goes 5 of 6. For 71 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So 71 yards through the air on the ground. Moriarty, Kenneth Poinier leads the way, 18 carries for 87 yards. He also did have a touchdown. Gonzalez with 10 carries, 16 yards. He was sacked 3 times. He did have a touchdown. Andres Lopez, 9 carries, 36 yards. And 1 carry for Michael McGough. 71 through the air, 153 on the ground, 224 total. For Moriarty, they were flagged 7 times for 50 yards in the ballgame, had 10 first downs, scored 6 in the first, 6 in the second, but were blanked in the second half. That's how they get to their 12 on the board. Turn of the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Ashton Aranda, 12 of 19, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The 2 touchdowns coming to Cesar Gonzalez and Alec Olguin. So Coach G will join Dawn Morgan with our Bob's Thriftway Coaches conversation here momentarily. All right, Dawn, take it away.
Congratulations, Coach. What a great performance, especially in the second half. You just told the team in the huddle it was their execution, their performance in the second half that sealed the deal today.
Yeah, and I mean, we went in there at half, and, I thought we did a really good job in the first half, and that was my number one concern coming into this game was being able to stop the run. They do a really good job at what they do. It's hard to replicate it in practice. It's hard to simulate it with your scout team. We came out there in the first half, and I thought they did a fantastic job of running the football. 3 big plays, 2 boot passes, a reverse pass. But aside from that, it's just like I told them. We went in there at half, and, everybody had air in their chest, and they felt good, and just the utmost confidence they were going to come out here and finish this football game, and that's exactly what they did.
All right, so as you just told them, going to be playing for the state championship Saturday, baby. Yep. So preview that game for us, even though you won't know exactly who your opponent is going to be.
Well, right now, Bloomfield and Ruidoso, they just got started. So it'll be the winner of that one, obviously. So, aside from that, who we're playing, just to have this opportunity to be able to come out here, play for the state championship next week here in Lovington, it's an incredible blessing, and it's a tribute to the work that these guys have put in. This is a great football team. It's a special group, and I'm just thankful that I get to be the leader.
What's this final week of practice going to be like for you guys?
Oh, nobody's ever done it before, so except we got one on staff that played here, and he said he's done it twice. So it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be a memory that these guys will never forget for the rest of their lives. And when they came into the season, they set their seasons up in goals, and every one of those goals they've reached and accomplished it. And that's what they want to do next week at home. They want to bring a state championship back. They want to put their number up on that stadium. They want to honor the ones that have come before them. And it's important to them, and so having the opportunity to practice on Thanksgiving, nothing can replicate that, and it's going to be incredibly special, and just can't wait to spend that week with our guys.
All right, in special week, lots of preparation this week. Any particular things that you are going to be working on after this game that you're going to be looking at, or just going back over with the team, making sure you're sharpest as you can be for that next very final and most important game of the season for a lot of people, but it is for the state championship.
Yeah, and what teams have started doing is they just decided to start bringing pressure. And so especially there in the first half, we were struggling with the pressure that we were bringing. Came out in the second half and protected Ashton better. But those are things that we can improve on. Alec Holguin comes out here today and starts at running back. Had a great week this week, preparation, scores 3 of them, I think. So just, continue to get guys ready, continue to prepare them. If we need them and their number's called, they step up and make great big plays. And so just work on those types of things.
Is everybody healthy? You're going to be with everybody for this final game?
Right now, yes. There were no major injuries in the game, and so looks like we're going to have everybody on ship, which is good.
All right. Well, thanks as always. We appreciate your time. Congratulations, big win, even bigger game coming up. We'll be right here on the blue turf next Saturday.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, we can't either.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Yep.
Don Morgan with Coach Gonzalez, our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. Of course, as always, thanks to Coach G for, talking to us after the game. Finishing up the numbers, he mentioned Alec Olguin with 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground. He rushed 10 times for 66 yards, had 1 catch in the ballgame for 35 yards, and it was for a touchdown. Dallas Cardenas leads the way, comes in the second half, 7 carries, 70 yards, and a 20-yard touchdown. 172 on the ground, 144 in the air, 316 total for the Wildcats in this ballgame. They were only flagged 4 times for 20 yards in the ballgame. They get 12 in the first, 7 in the second, score 21 in the third, and then 14 in the fourth, and that's how they get to their 54 on the board. 10 first downs in the ball game for the Wildcats, and can't go without mentioning these stats. 2 punt returns for Tate and Hilliard, one of 55 yards, one of 38 yards, both of them scores, and a punt block, and that was scooped up by Joseph Perez. He got the block and he scooped it out of the air and took it into the end zone for the touchdown. So 3 special teams touchdowns for the Wildcats here this afternoon. Just an absolutely fantastic day for Lovington, and now they will move on to play for a state title 1 week from today. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back and preview that one. This is Wildcat Football and your Stone Oilfield Services postgame show on Cool 95.7. Welcome back to your Stone Oilfield Services postgame show. The Wildcats moving on to the state championship game after defeating Moriarty today 54-12. With Don Morgan patrolling field side here at the Blue Turf at Brian Urlacher Field. I'm TJ Miracle, Patrick Alexander alongside this afternoon as well. So an exciting game. Lovington turning it up in the second half and really, I think, making a statement, whether it's Bloomfield or Ruidoso, that you're going to have trouble with us next week, Patrick.
Well, and just winning in a different way than you've won all year. You came in and you controlled the run of a team that's really good at running the ball. So you had to play big bodies and really stop the run, and did a great job there. On the offensive side, you saw a lot more balance today from Lovington, which you don't always see. They like to throw the ball down the field, but they had a lot of running today. So it was good to see Lovington win a different way.
Yeah, they definitely did, and they made some adjustments as we will bring Don Morgan back in. Now Pharmacy, of course, sponsoring the sideline. So, Don, what was the feeling down there, and did you get the impression that Coach G really had a preference as to whether or not they played Ruidoso or Bloomfield?
No, and I think he's trying to keep his team from worrying about that, from trying to figure out already, okay, what are we going to have to do for sure? I think he wants them to realize that they need to play their game, no matter if they're playing a team that they haven't seen this season yet, like Bloomfield, or a team that's, in their own district that they have played. And have a lot of history with. So I think he wants that speculation to keep, especially his team, to just keep that out of their minds and really focus from the very first minute of preparation for next week's game to just think about working their game, playing their game, doing what Lovington Wildcats can do the best, and then they'll worry about, okay, exactly what team are we facing? What are they going to do more of? Are we going to stop the run? Are we going to, what are we going to worry about most? And preparing for that with use of game film and maybe, history of play this season, depending on who wins. I think he just wants to keep them focused on what they do and what they can do best, and then worry about about the details later on this week in practice.
No, I think you are absolutely right on that. And, we talked about it. Maybe you don't want to face Ruidoso again. You've already played them once this season. Maybe you'd rather take on Bloomfield again, a rematch of last year's 4A New Mexico Bowl game. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going to be. Right now we're hearing it will be at 1 o'clock next Saturday. I heard the PA announcer say that. So we're planning on a 1 o'clock start next Saturday. We will be back on in our normal home on Z94 KZOR for that ball game next Saturday. Should be around 1 o'clock. Of course, if it changes, we will let you know. I can already tell you in advance, we will not be allowed to video stream that game. We will have the audio for you on HobbsAmerica.com, and we'll also have the audio for you on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, but we will not be allowed to video stream next week's championship game. The NMAA has granted those rights to a third party, and so we will not be allowed to video stream, but we will have the audio for you next week on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, just the audio, and also on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So a 54-12 final in this one. Final thoughts, Dawn, as we get ready to wrap this one up.
Just really proud of the Wildcats for the games that they've been playing. They haven't had an easy time of it, and you don't want to have an easy time. When you hit this level, as Coach G has said more than once in the huddle and then to us after the game, you hit this level and everybody comes to play, and everybody can play. And Lovington needs to a little challenge and a little adversity to overcome. It gets your fires going, right? And it gets your engine running, and they certainly have had that challenge, and they have met that challenge the last two games coming out in the second half, really proving that they wanted it more, and that they have outperformed the other team. And now they're going to have to bring it whoever they're playing. The other team's going to be just as fired up and just as capable of walking away from the blue turf on this field as the winner. And Lovington is going to be, fired up with a home game, and they're certainly going to want it, but they're really going to have to do some great preparations this week and then just come in and just play the game that they can play and be the team that they can be next Saturday. And I'm excited to be here from the first minute of that game experience next Saturday.
Did you get a police escort to get here on time? I didn't see the Lee County Sheriff's Office following the KZOR van in, but
actually, it's funny you said that. I don't know who it was, but there was somebody issuing in that 45-mile-an-hour zone, in the outskirts of them, and they did turn around. I was through. They weren't right behind me, but they turned in my direction, and so I had to be a very good girl all the way through. I could not speed, so I would have gotten here a few minutes earlier if I could have, but I did that without a ticket, so, we're good.
That's a good thing, and we're glad you got here so we could have our coaches' conversation for Bob's Thriftway. So quite a game. Patrick, final thoughts from your first time seeing them this season?
Well, seeing them from here, right? But, Lovington, they have a tendency to throw the ball a lot. We always have here. But to really get down and get physical with this team today, it was fun to see. It was fun to see Lovington matching power for power against a good running Moriarty team. So Lovington moving forward, I think whoever they play, I think they'll be prepared. I think Coach G will have them ready.
Well, we will find out 1 week from today. State championship time here in Lovington. There is nothing like it. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it. A back-and-forth affair in the first half. Lovington turning it on, finding a second gear in the second half, and winning this one by a final of 54-12. For Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan patrolling field side, for Patrick Alexander, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Cool 95.7 Sports. Have a great weekend, everybody, and a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Good night.